Hello, and the issue may just be but hello, and welcome to Sweden versus Ukraine. Round of 16. We've just had England go through, and now it's time to see who we will be facing. Will it be the Swede side, who are on absolute fire now, or will it be Ukraine, who is still a very tough team, regardless of who they play? I look looking faster, but we're good. I hope everyone is okay. You've got me double duty. Unlucky there. But this game should be a lot more different. I don't think there's as much tenseness on it. Not as much knowledge on it, but there's definitely not as much sort of line on it for England fans. Peter said, it's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. Of course it is. And I just need to Tobias Lang. Welcome to the Sports Code Premium. I think that's from yesterday, but if no one acknowledged your welcome. I didn't even know we had a premium feature. As the Ukraine national anthem will get played. And Kyle, you absolute hero being in here. I really do appreciate you. Right, should we have a look at the lineups? Let's do it. So, starting away with the home side, which is, of course, Sweden. It's Robin Olsen in net. Then it's Augustinsson, Danielsson, Lindelof, and Mikael Lustig. Then in midfield, two of Ekdal and Olsen. Then, I don't know if they're playing as left midfielders or they're attacking midfielders, but it's Emil Forsberg and Sebastian Larsson. And up front, it's a dangerous strike force of Alexander Isak and Dejan Kulusevski, the Juve man. On the bench is Johnson, Nordveld, Bengtsson, Berg, Svensson, Helander, Semmer, Kraft, Klaassen, Janssen, Kaison, and Kajust, the Magician man. I mean, all eyes on Alexander Isak, the main man in this team. He really has helped them in this thing. I don't think, has he even scored in this tournament? But he's just seemed to be one of the most pivotal players in these teams. As for Ukraine, that's me. It is Bushchan in net, then it's Matvienko, Kristov, and Zabrani with Karyavev as a right back. And then your midfield three of Zinchenko, Stepanenko, and Sidorchuk. We're playing 4-3-3 here. Then it's Shaparenko on the left, Yaremchuk. And then one of the best players this tournament, Andrei Yarmolenko on the right side. On the bench is Piatov, Trubin, Sobel, Malinovsky, Maros, Makarenko, Sigankov, Mikolenko, Bezos, Bezadin, Chimchik, and Dovbyk. Obviously, Malinovsky's one of them huge ones. I think he's been dropped from the team for Stepanenko, if I'm right. But Malinovsky off the bench could be a proper dangerous. Same with Marlos, as we're hearing the Swedish national anthem. And this game it's very similar to the Denmark-Wales game. I think both teams can easily win this, and we saw that Denmark ran away with it. Can we see that today? I think Sweden have been very resilient in defence. I think Victor Lindelof is... if you're a United fan, you've got to be sort of happy with a couple of players. Shaw, Lindelof, Paul Pogba having great tournaments. Obviously, Rashford not really playing. But then you've got to look, Dalot not really playing, fairness, but then Bruno Fernandes really having a very poor tournament, which I think is very disappointing for the United fans. I think they would have liked to see him really have a proper standout tournament and game, really go, I'm Bruno Fernandes, this is what I can do, come at us. But yeah, local players, and Victor Lindelof being one of them for Sweden. If we look at their journey to the round of 16, they opened up with that amazing 0-0 draw against Spain, where they were so resilient to get a point there. Then they beat Slovakia 1-0, which was the most convincing of win, an Emil Forsberg penalty, and then beating Poland in that incredible game where Forsberg got a double, Lewandowski got a double, equalled it up, and then Victor Klaassen in the 94th minute won it for Sweden. They got to here, and now they're in Ukraine, but they've played some very nice football, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in this next game. And we've got an Italian referee today, Daniela Orsato. We're seeing there Sebastian Larsson and Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko's tall, isn't he? Well, it's just Sebastian Larsson small. As for Ukraine, it's not been the end. They finished third in their group. They opened the group stage against Netherlands 3-2, which in what was a really good game. Netherlands went 2-0 up. Ukraine then got 2 back in 4 minutes, and Denzel Dumfries got the winner there. Probably a really confidence shunt. They did beat North Macedonia 2-1. Yarmolenko and Yaremchuk getting on the score sheet. And then Austria did beat them 1-0. Christoph Baumgartner with the goal there, which really sort of secured Austria to finish second. and Ukraine to finish third, which is possibly, we'll look back at the end of this game, could have been a better result for them, as we'll see the teams do team talk. Fantastic winning performance. Fucking come on, you three lads. Massive statement. But we move on to quarterfinals now. Take one game at a time. No excuses not to reach the final now with favourable route. I'm still saying if we don't reach the final, it's a national embarrassment. Like 2018 World Cup. We still need to take one game at a time. Oh, come on, Chris. Please sing it's coming home. Peter, you nearly got him. No, I'm singing Peter. Take one game at a time. I'll only sing if we win the tournament. Carson, don't talk to me about Pogba. Peter, you'll eventually get it. Sean, thank you very much for becoming a Sports Corner Premium member. I appreciate it. I don't know the things. I just thought it's the thing Josh created. So, welcome. We'll see what memberships you get. I don't know what you get for being a Sports Corner member. But we'll wait and see. And we genuinely do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Obviously, don't forget to share the stream and share the channel with everyone. You know, Swedish should win this country. I think 4-0. Big call for Kyle. Sean, obviously, he's gone for a 2-0 Sweden with that lovely little green badge there and the Sports Corner logo. But Sean's gone 2-0. Everyone's back in Sweden today, and I understand why. Sweden are a very, very good side. But I think Ukraine will really take the game to them. We've seen that when they want to, Netherlands especially, they can take the game to these tougher teams. The Sweden are a tough side. They've had a very good tournament group stage, and obviously this is their first knockout game. And obviously our ending is over. And so after this game there will be a bit of a break, but then we will be back on Friday and Saturday for all the quarter-final games. So thank you to everyone that joined me for England, Germany. It was a very good game. Lovely 2-0. I don't think I celebrated it as much as I should have. This game's taking place in Glasgow, which I didn't know. Which why I'm presuming there's not that many fans. But Zinchenko to Shaparenko. He's off to Yaremchuk, and Zinchenko's going to be looked at as one of them players that Ukraine are hoping to really be the catalyst for change for them. Also winning the league this season with Manchester City. But very talented, obviously doesn't play at left, plays at midfield for Ukraine, and really energetic, fights and wins the ball back, can string really nice passes together with this side. A really good natural leader as well for Ukraine. It's been Ukraine this opening couple of minutes. Lustig won't get it cleared. Zinchenko will let it go out for a throw-in. And Ukraine are actually really talented side. I think that front three of Yaremchuk, Yarmolenko and Shaparenko can cause damage. Obviously, Shaparenko he's still so young, playing at Dynamo Kiev. Still so young for them. Obviously, then we've got Yarmolenko and Yaremchuk obviously playing for Ghent, and then Yarmolenko playing for West Ham. Has been injured quite a couple of seasons. So I would like to see... I'm just looking, and it says they're actually playing a back three Ukraine with Matvienko, Christoph, and Zabiene, with Zinchenko at left back and Karavev as right backs, but high up, with Shaparenko, Stepanenko, and Sidorchuk as three midfielders. So possibly I'd see with Yaremchuk and Yarmolenko up front, and then Sweden sticking that 4-2-2, 4-4-2 really. That's how they'll play. From what I understand, Sterling Kane will be moving on this season. Pepe's looking to move Sterling on, having left him out of the City team in a number of games as they had a fallen. Really? Wow. I know that Kane, City wanted Kane, and they offered 100 million. I think Sterling was part of the deal. Sterling is not too keen on moving, and Tottenham don't want to budge. But if you're basing off Euroform, you take Sterling over Kane right now. Technically, is well built up by one of the main players for Sweden, Forsberg. Oh, and his miscommunication at the back. Buschan just clatters into his own player. Sancho deal all but done to Man United now. Oh, it is the Sun though, Sean. You don't trust the Sun. They're a bit stinky. But yeah, I think if you go on BVB News blog, I'll find the Twitter for you. I think it's BVB News blog. They really do. The thing is, Forsberg tried to wheel his way in, and we'll talk about Forsberg in a second. Here we go. BVB. I think it's BVB Buzz. Funke Sport, which are a German account reporting that Dortmund eventually are close to an agreement. Jadon Sancho will leave Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund demanded 90 million as a fixed sum, but Dortmund have made a small concession for 85 million. Among the final details that still be discussed is how many instalments the fee will be paid in. According to it will be 3 instalments, could possibly 4. really good signings. Shame he hasn't really got to play this season, but it's not over yet. I think Toni Kroos is announcing his retirement as well, which is very unfortunate. Because obviously, Toni Kroos is incredible. We'll look back sort of in that World Cup and stuff, how he was one of the key players. But we're going to talk about Emil Forsberg, and it's great when you see the nation come to like we saw with England's victory, because we have tribal nation when it comes to our regional football. Lancashire versus Yorkshire. About to say there is a very big divide. Lancashire, Yorkshire, we hate each other, we really do. But when it's football, or when it comes to a sport where we both can get into each other, it's like fair play. Like Manchester, like when it's, let's say, Leeds versus Manchester United is the battle of the roses, but they hate each other. But if it was Man United and Leeds players playing together for England, they don't care, as we're seeing here with like Shaw and Phillips. Unfortunately, Peter, at this moment, I will be jumping on your It's Coming On Bouncy Castle and wearing It's Coming On Speedos. Chris, I would pay to see that. You've got to have the faith. You know what? And whoever we play next, it's not going to be easy again, because they've got through to a quarter-final. But we've put away one of the tough sides, and you know what? It wasn't Germany's tournament. It really wasn't. And we talked about it, and I won't go on too much, but Timo Werner and Kai Havertz, I just didn't think showed the work rate that Muller and Goretzka deserved. You will when we leave the trophy. We're going to hold you to that, Chris. I will hold you to that. Emil Forsberg, though, the Leipzig man, enjoyed a mess season there. He obviously plays, but he's not their key focus player. You've got players like likes of Danny Olmo and stuff. There's a corner. Cross will come in. Ekdal to Forsberg. Can't get it under control. Olsen will play it back out to the wing. Good ball in. Isaac done with the header. Shevchenko clears. Not as far as Forsberg. Forsberg lays it off. And it's blocked again. And we'll go out for a corner. And that was Dejan Kulusevski with the shot. I keep stressing, take one game at a time. Exactly. And it's either Sweden or Ukraine next up. And obviously, we beat Sweden in the World Cup. But they're a different side, really, in this tournament. And we're seeing it now. The Swedish players doing what they do. But Emil Forsberg, Rowan, I said we won 2-0. What time do we kick off on Saturday, please? I think we're the 8 o'clock kickoff. Yeah, we're the 8 o'clock kickoff, because the early one is Netherlands, is Czech Republic. Cross in. And what's your connection to BVB? I support them, mate. Yeah, and I probably support them than my own English team. So I support Oldham, because I don't think I've ever... So I support Oldham Athletic due to family connections. But I don't go often. It's far away, and I don't really... I will always check up on the scores, and I'll be happy if they win, etc. But what you will learn, I'm not a big football fan. In terms of... like, in the past couple of years, I've supported Dortmund. But I don't plan. I'm not like, oh, I really got to go to that game. But basically, I got a Dortmund kit. 2014, I got a Dortmund kit, so 6 years ago, or even 2016. I got the Dortmund, one of the Dortmund home kits. It was all the all yellow one. I can't find it. And then, but because I didn't have that BT or anything, I couldn't watch the games, which was such a shame. But especially over the past year, now that I've got BT and etc., the ball's come away though. Larson will try cross it in. It keeps it alive. Zinchenko will head it back to Bushan, and Ukraine under a bit of heavy pressure. But over the past year, I've practically watched every Dortmund game, and I found more of a love for it than Oldham, and maybe because it's more on TV and stuff, and I get to watch them. But I fell in love, and I started even watching the under-23 games. I'm not going to show it because you'll see me bunda, me ass. But I've got Stefan Tigges on the back, who is a 23-year-old striker who's on Dortmund's books. He's their oldest striker they've got right now, obviously with Haaland and Mukoko. And he's the captain of the Borussia Dortmund too. And it was just one of the watch-alongs we did. And I was like, oh, they've got this... Oh, who's this Stefan Tigges that's on the bench? And I went, I presume he's just this probably one of the other youngsters who got me. So he was one of the oldest strikers. But it's UK coming forward. Oh, and that is very poor there from... that was Shaparenko, the youngster, driving down the middle. Just to put... thing is, he does really well Gets it just after the halfway line, drives away from like 3 Swedish players. But it's just he's sort of shot his poor and wide. Sean just says, was I right with my new name for Timo? I don't want to say you were, but it was poor. It was a poor performance from Timo, I think, if we're being honest. So I'm just going to have a bit of chocolate, so I do apologise. Some Galaxy. I tell you what, Galaxy is a good chocolate bar. It's one that I back. Cleared away by Sweden. Lindelof does win his header though. Flicked on by, I think that was Larsen. And Shevchenko does really nice, chest it down. It's just got no support with him. So I'm just going to play in case the flapping makes any sound. And I got this shirt the other day. Yesterday. You were right, Sean. Kyle is agreeing with you. As Karayeved. Heavy booze. I think there must be a lot. He's in behind. Yarmolenko. Shevchenko. And a great save, Robin Olsen. The flag wasn't up. And a good quick reaction save by Robin Olsen to keep Shevchenko out of the net. Shevchenko now. And we can hear the crowd, and I don't know who it is. But whoever it is a large presence of them, and they're loud. They are very loud. But a good opportunity there from Shevchenko. Yarmolenko just finds himself onside somehow. I think the Swedish players were all asking that question as well. Lays it off to Shevchenko, and Shevchenko angles his shot actually quite well. But Robin Olsen dives down quick. I do want to look. Has Alexander Isak actually scored in this tournament? Obviously. No. But you know, Emil Forsberg with 3 goals. But that doesn't take away from him. He's created so much and tried to create so much. I think it's very unfortunate that he hasn't got a goal. Also, I think Sweden are boosted with the return of Dejan Kulusevski. I know he came back on the bench in that last group stage game. I know he came off the bench, and having him back, such a talented forward for Juventus, and Juventus possibly see him as their future. Talented player, can play in the wing or down the centre. But well, I don't know, Dax. I don't know him personally. No, but I genuinely don't know the reason. I remember him coming out saying that he wants players that have had experience at these games. But you look at, oh, that's lovely, interesting player. Emil Forsberg tries to cross it in, and it's really well clear there, but I think that was Matvienko. No, it was Stepanenko. There's so many calls. Really well, and I think there's a high Ukraine crowd because Forsberg is getting booed out of the building. But look at the energy he brings, Emil Forsberg. Was part of the early Leipzig squad along with Josef Poulsen and Marcel Sabitzer. He was one of them first signings, and he's going to cross the ball in. And Buschan does really well and just collects it. But yeah, I presume just Southgate isn't the biggest fan of him, which is mental when you look at Sancho's goal contributions in the Bundesliga. But look, and there's a reason the Man United signed him for 85 million. It's not because he's shit. Like in the Bundesliga, he had 20 goals and assists combined. In the Champions League, 2 goals, 3 assists. The Pokal, 6 goals, 5 assists. And the Nations League, he even got an assist in 6 appearances. Like, the thing is, he's played him in the Nations League. That's one thing that is very... Why is Thogden on my screen? I've got Thogden talking to me. But, like, yeah, he's such a talented player, and it's very surprising, but you know what? They're playing well. You know what I mean? They are playing well, and that's all that matters. And we're through. Dortmund have a good system bringing in and developing young players under the radar. Haaland, Bellingham, Sancho, Reina, selling for big profit. Pulisic, Goetze, and Lewandowski. And that is the one problem. Even like, so Alexander Isak, he was the Dortmund striker, and I think right now Dortmund are probably go, why did we not think of it? Maybe the Dortmund thing, Michael Zorc or Terzic or even Marco Rose is not a fan of him because they did have an option to buy that Sociedad have paid off, but there's Danielson does well to clear it. But like they had an option that they paid off, so clearly they don't want Isaac, because they know obviously they're getting Haaland for one season. So it will be very interesting to see. I think next season will be okay. What's going to happen without Sancho feeding the ball to Haaland? Will like the players like Julian Brandt, Reina, can Mukoko come in and be that second striker? I know he's back from his injury, so he'll be back training. He got a couple of goals when he came in and played, so he's obviously so talented, Youssef Moukoko. I do feel sorry for Tubbs. He was hyping up Germany and they just unfortunately felt last hurdle. And thing is, I'm wearing the Dortmund shirt. I am a big fan of Germany's football players, and it's probably bad of me as an England fan to be saying that, but I am a fan of the team, and I think they've got talent, and for them, it's just issuing a new era. A new manager is probably what they need. Hansi Flick coming in, I think will be great. I think we'll see a lot more of Florian Neuhaus. Ridley Baku, I think, is going to be the next major call-up. And I know KD would love that, but if you have watched any Watchalong that KD's been part of that involves Ridley Baku, or even if it doesn't, he loves him, and one of the best players in the Euro 21, and he's destined for great things, Ridley Baku. I could see him at a top-tier Premier League side. Can play as right back, can play as a right mid. I'd love him at Dortmund as a right back. Oof. Because like we've got Matteo Mora, who's out injured, who I think could be a right back in a transitional way. Thomas Meunier is experienced, but he just doesn't have the same form in club level than he does at international level. And at half-time, I might just have a look on transfer market, look at some of the biggest rumours, and we'll have a discussion, because we also really did a lot of the Euro talk in the England-Germany game, whereas now, the Sweden-Ukraine game, there's less on it for me, which is great, because we can have a chat more about the football. As Larson, we'll just play to Mikael Lustig, the plays in the Scottish League, as the referee does get involved here. In the way of Olsen there. And I don't know what's going to be given here. But good to see everyone in the chat. Hope everyone is all good. As Sweden will just get the ball back. And Lustig's going to play one over the top. It's a good ball in. Defended well. Defended very well there, but I think that was Kristov. It's a tough name. I admire anyone from any like other European nation, because I'm very lucky, and I think all of us in England are very lucky that we've got the most widely spoken language. And you probably could go, that's lovely by Sweden. It was Forsberg and Mikael Lustig linking up, and now it's Sebastian Larsson on the wing. He crosses it in. It's a Forsberg arriving there, and he's not the tall. It was Dejan Kulusevski who whips it in. Where was the reference? It's from Italy, mate. From Italy. It was really nice, and Kulusevski and darting on the wing. Cuts it in, crosses it in, and Forsberg is just a little bit too small. And can't get his head onto it. But you already see what Kulusevski is already doing, and he really looks on fire right now. Obviously don't want to jinx him, but he looks like a player. If Sweden were to go far in this competition, we're not forgetting. A surprise team will win this. If Belgium beat Italy, and we get knocked out in the way to this final, I think we're a surprise team if we win it. I really do. But with Belgium versus Italy, Sweden again to Isaac. Oh, and the Alexander Isak just puts it wide. But Sweden have got momentum right now. And it was Alexander Isak, I think, with Dejan Kulusevski, and he just puts his shot where maybe could have laid it off. But smart thinking from Kulusevski, squares it across. Isaac, he turns it, he sort of drags in Stepanenko. but the shot does just go wide. Who do you think will be the new favourites of the Euros, or is it difficult to tell? I don't see an outright winner for the Euros. I think it's going to be interesting. I really think Belgium or Italy. I think whoever wins that game are winning the Euros. Obviously England are because it's coming on, but I think whoever wins that Belgium-Italy game are winning. Italy were not convincing against Austria. They really, if we're being realistic, and Belgium, that first half boring, but that second half against Portugal was so entertaining. Thorgan Hazard with obviously a masterstroke of a goal. And I feel like this is a game that can go to penalties, but obviously Switzerland, Spain, you would expect Spain to win, but Switzerland shocked France, very could easily shock Spain. Belgium, Italy is going to be one of the tougher games, and I think it'll more than likely be Josh who'll be covering that, and Fex, it's going to be a very good game. Czech Republic, Denmark, don't rule out both of them sides. Both have shocked this tournament, I would say. Czech Republic shocked Netherlands. People thought Denmark were down and out, and they came back and sort of stunned Russia and got through. It's going to be Ukraine, though. Shaparenko to Zinchenko. Back to Alexander Zinchenko. And the leading men of this Ukraine team lays it off. And Ukraine now just going to try and build something. I think it's been heavy Swedish pressure. So if they can just take a bit of time now and get the ball under the feet, we would be okay. They would be okay. I'm not Ukraine. I am repping both teams, so I've got the yellow for Swedish and Ukraine. Ball comes in, Lindelof will intercept. Not the best clearance from him, though. And now Stepanenko to Yarmolenko. Finds Shaparenko. Cross comes in, headed away by Lindelof. It was Karyev who did whip it in. It was Karyev who did cross it in. Lindelof gets it away. 1/3 of me didn't qualify Republic of Ireland. Second third lost to Denmark in Wales. So I have to back the last third of me in England. So I have to back him. Was the England one from Holland? Yeah, Danny McAleer, the guy who did the Champions League, referees in the Eredivisie. Should England win their qualifying quarter-final tie, at the weekend, Southgate as England manager would have taken England to 3 semi-finals, World Cup, Nations. So let's say I feel like we can take away the Nations League. But yeah, I suppose he did. It's really interesting, isn't it? Because I think as fans we quite disliked Southgate. I think we did. We got an easy run in the World Cup. I think we did. And then we always get at him for his selection choices. But Jack Grealish off the bench, 2 assists. Keeping Raheem Sterling, 3 goals. Keeping Harry Kane there, he scored a goal. I think one area he did make a mistake was taking DCL out. As the ball to go through, Shaparenko nearly got to it. Robin Olsen would collect. But it's one of the frustrating things that, yes, with this team we should go far, but you still need a manager who's going to do it. And I think we'll look back at Southgate and go, actually, you know what? Yes, World Cup we had an easy run. And we nearly struggled, but we've seen other teams struggle. Germany got knocked out in the World Cup, got knocked out in the round of 16 here. We've seen Netherlands not even qualifying for the World Cup, if I'm right, in 2018. It's a good ball in behind. If Kulusevski can get to it, and he will. And Kulusevski tries to get outside the box, and that's well read there by, I think, was that Christoph? It could have been. So it's so sunny, so I can't see I recognise some of the players, but sometimes I can't see the numbers of players I don't recognise. Zinchenko does really well, battles well. Tried to play through to, I think, Shaparenko or Yarmolenko. But it's absolutely normal. As far as Victor Lindelof's feet. But yeah, I think we'll look back and go Southgate, okay, he wasn't the best manager, but he really wasn't the worst. I love both these sides, but Captain Forsberg will back him. 2-0 Sweden. Everyone seems to be going Sweden. I'm about to say I haven't even checked my Euro. Oh, it's alright because obviously, you know, in Euro Fantasy, if you are doing it, you're allowed to make some subs before games. And so I brought in Sancho for Lewandowski because I didn't sub out Lewandowski. Sancho didn't even play. So today, Bellingham got 0 points. Sancho got 0 points. Oh, I had Thomas Hollish on the bench as well, which was so heartbreaking. I've got my team for next week, for the next round. And I don't think I've got any Swedish or Ukraine players at all. But on my bench, well, one there. by Kulusevski, who's put in an absolute shift today so far. On the bench, I've got Shalushka and Shevchenko from Czech Republic. I've got Sancho and Kasper Schmeichel. Then my starting 11 is Jan Sommer, which is a shame because I feel like Jan Sommer should have got more for saving a penalty, like getting the winner penalty. As Olsen just fouls in the middle. Oh, sorry, it was Ekdal. Ekdal fouls in the middle there. They both look quite similar. And it was Ekdal just fouling, pushing over Yarmolenko. And then, so it's Sommer in there, and then I've got Pau Torres, Joachim Mæhle, Robin Gosens, who I need to take out, and Thomas Meunier. And then I've got Jude Bellingham, Mikael Damsgaard, and Thomas Hollesch. And then I've got Schick, Lukaku, and Damsgaard. But I am going to take out Robin Gosens. Don't want to bring in Laporte. You know what? We're bringing Spinazzola for him. It takes me 0 points, which is very nice. Oh shit! I didn't confirm it. The one thing I like about Southgate, he gives young players an opportunity, and that comes through the fact he appeared to manage the England under 20 team before getting the England job. Yeah, and I think that's one thing we'll probably look back and go, you know what? He brought in the likes of Saka. Maybe not, I think Bellingham would have got chosen anyway, but he brought in the likes of Saka thing, but still kept a bit of like the older players. Connor Cody, I know he's not old, but Cody, Henderson. I think Henderson possibly wouldn't have been called up, you know, just because of injuries and stuff. I feel like thingy. But yeah, giving Mason Mount a shout. I think bringing in Jack Grealish as well. I think it'll make other managers reveal. But apparently, I think Southgate signed on till the next World Cup, so we'll have Southgate for a while. I almost captained your Remchuk. Who have you got captained? Oh, Forsberg, idiot. You said, it's a good cross in, Kulusevski. Just couldn't get under it. And Southgate really did hold back the best team till after escaping the group stage with Leeds Lies, these genius. It would be incredible, but Ukraine are knocking on the door now. After a heavy Swedish pressure, Ukraine have sort of thinking, this game actually, I think it'll be looked back as quite a boring one, but it is going to be an even tie. It's not going to be a one-team whitewash or really both teams going at it. I'd say it's been Sweden majority of all the game. Aside from the club affiliation, truthfully, Saka was great. Exactly. It's a shame that, obviously, Harry Kane is your only Tottenham player you can back. Obviously, I've got no Oldham players, but I've got Dortmund players in the tournament. Your M-Truck. Good drive here. But just no options when Zinchenko wins the ball on the left. Shaparenko fizzing it across. That's a great ball. Finds Yarmolenko, who's got a bit of time. Puts it onto his left. Chips it across. Zinchenko! And it's in! And they were patient. They were waiting. They bided their time. And Alexander Zinchenko has put them 1-0 up and he's telling people to shush. And tell you what, that cross from Yarmolenko, mwah, incredible. I mean, Shaparenko with an amazing ball across. Gets out to the wing. He finds Yarmolenko, takes it past Forsberg, dinks it with the outside of his foot. And then Zinchenko hits it, lets it bounce, hits it at the half volley with a little bit of spin. I think it goes under Larsson's legs. It hits it with so much power that it bounces straight off Olsen's hands. What a great finish from Alexander Zinchenko. And it was Shaparenko fizzes it across to Karyavev. Karyavev lays off to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko, incredible. Outside of the foot cross. Zinchenko puts it in. Ukraine, people I think maybe not ruled them out, but people definitely thought that they were going to be this match competitive side after not the best performances. But they've come in here, said, we'll get a goal. And they were under heavy pressure. Sweden had a lot of opportunities, but they bided their time and they waited and it came. And I said, they're not giving Zinchenko any options. But they didn't need to. Because it was an amazing ball across. And Karyavev has got to be a man because it was a lovely first touch to keep the ball in control. Augustinsson, I think Seb Larsson are standing over this. As Karyavev and Shaparenko are just going to get warned here. I think for back chat. If Ukraine beat Sweden, I think it is a surprise based on both teams' performances, but Larson, he goes for it. Woohoo! Wow. Both teams, this is a feisty game. Seb Larsson spots that Buschan is off his line and quite far out. And Buschan does really well to get across. Charlie just said, bang, goes my prediction of Sweden not conceding. It lasted 27 minutes. I mean, they nearly got a goal back. It was a good save by Buschan. Augustinsson, though, crosses it in. It's in dangerous area. Buschan will collect. And he's going to slow it down. It's what Ukraine have done. Tell you what, Buschan's had a decent tournament. I think, not been the best keepers, but very commanding in his box. Collects balls from corners with ease. And now Sweden, they've got to do something. They've got to change it up. Pardon me. Just picked my nose. Didn't mean to do that. And Danielson gets cleared, but Ukraine, they've switched the game on its head. They really have. I think opening 20 minutes, it was very Sweden heavy, but that goal has installed life into this the blue side. Seeing the blue kits today. Yarmolenko takes it past one and he'll win a free kick. And Augustinsson there just hands in Yarmolenko's face. Obviously, Yarmolenko's going to go down. And I mean, how old is Andrei Yarmolenko? So obviously, I know he was at Dortmund, so Yarmolenko. Because he's only 31. I know he's still contracted to West Ham, if I'm correct. When does his contract run out? I'm just looking to see when it runs out. So that's 2 goals in the tournament, but... So his contract runs out next season, which I think is fair enough. But it will be very interesting to see what... it's interesting. It'll be see if when he goes back to West Ham, how he performs. He really will. As free kick comes in, it's an overhead kick. Lindelof heads it away. Yarmolenko just puts it over the crossbar. So close. And Ukraine have got something about them. The man marking from Sweden has been poor today. Yarmolenko left wide open. Left really wide open. I'm just looking to see players that have gone up on transfer market. Zinchenko, Malinovsky, Kalajic, Javis, Schläger as well. I think De Jong has actually... Frank De Jong's gone down as well. But... So, still a lot of time left in this game for Sweden to get back into it, or even Ukraine to get another. But at least we got a goal in the first half. That's one thing I don't think we've said much this tournament. It's a really good turn by Kulusevski. And now Sweden create a bit of space on the right side. Kulusevski's drafted there. He's got Mikhail Lustig. He tries to play it through to Isaac. And Matvienko clear as well. Shevchenko keeps it in. Yarmolenko hunting down the ball. It's what you want to see from the man, obviously riddled with injuries at West Ham. See, I don't think we've truly seen the best of him, but you know what? When you get into... Obviously, West Ham have got Europe qualified, if I'm right. West Ham fixtures. Is it qualifying they have? Yeah, they... Oh, my... Please tell me that's in the cup, or is that a friendly? I think that's a friendly. I thought they were playing Dundee in qualifiers, but they're not. Where did West Ham not finish? Am I an idiot? Am I an absolute buffoon? West Ham must have not got it. I'm in my own head. I thought they got Euro Cup too. That's Leicester, innit? Poor West Ham. Oh, I thought they got Europe. I really did. My bad. Hold up, 2021. They got 6th. They got Europa League. And they go straight to the group stage, don't they? I was right. I think Yarmolenko would be great for them when they go into that thing. Obviously, spent so much time at Kiev, then at Dortmund. He's got European experience. Was it? I don't think he was there when West Ham were in before, off the top of my head. Don't think it was. 2018 he signed, so no. But the power of David Moyes got West Ham there. He really did. And I think next season will be interesting. So I don't know, when's the Europa League draw? Europa League draw. That's first qualifying. Here we go. That it's just took me to 19th of March. No, thank you. It's going to take me to... but it's not took me to the draw I was looking for. It really didn't. I'm just rewatching the draw now. I am hearing the incredible theme though. We know we all love the Europa League theme. If the Euros had taken place in June 2020, it would have come too soon for Calvin, Saka, Grealish, Foden, and Harry Kane would have missed the tournament as he was injured. God, so we wouldn't have had players, but we might have seen Jadon Sancho play because he was still coming off a good season. We wouldn't have seen Jude Bellingham. Bellingham wouldn't have been called up, I don't think. Well, no, he wouldn't have. Emil Forsberg lays it off. All of a sudden, he gets past a couple. Larson, and it's what he's done well. He's played these high balls in, but no one's been there. Karivev will clear it. But yeah, no one has been there. I'm just looking. Have Europa League not even updated their website yet? Come on, you. I swear, we're in 2021. I'll figure it out. 2021 to 22 season. Not really cleared by Ukraine. Forsberg to... Oh! Good tackle, but Kulusevski to Lustig. Crosses it in. It's not the most convincing, and it goes straight to the hands of Bushchan. Oh, here we go. I found it. So... Oh, these are the matches. Never mind. Oh, so this is the group stage. Oh, it's reduced to 48 to 32 teams, isn't it? 8 groups of 4. The 8 group winners are... Because obviously there's the Euro Cup 2 now, which I can't wait for. I can't wait for the Euro Cup 2. That's what it is. The qualifiers for them have started, haven't they? Which channel is the game on? If you're in the UK, mate, it's on BBC. As you said, it's lonely at the top of the food chain. It is. When you're as good as the Sports Corner, it is lonely. Oh, so I have found all the games. When are they being played? 15th, that was a draw. 8th and the 15th of July. Oh, this is where we get some Euro Cup 2 qualifier watch-alongs. Can't wait. Can't wait. Oh, here we go. So I found it also. Second qualifying. So the group stage is drawn on the 27th of August. So I presume that's when Europa League as well is going to be drawn. It's going to be very fun. Where were we? So we must have done the Champions League draw, surely, at the back end of last year after all the watch-alongs. You see the amount of content we churned over, especially in lockdown. Lockdown was so productive for us. So it would have been around a year ago. Here we go. So virtual Euros we did. The tier list. I can't. Maybe we didn't. Maybe I'm in my own head. I genuinely thought that we did. Well, what's this? Dortmund versus Bayern Watchalong. Okay, so I was at home then. Who knows? Who knows, mate? I can't find it. I found the Top Corner podcast. We all love that. We really didn't. It lasted not long, did it? Which is a shame. I think bringing it back, if we're back in the studio, would be better. Can't even find them. We must have not done the group draw. Oh, no. Right. Okay, we might have done it. We must have been at... We did the Nations League. I forgot about the Nations League. Larson outside the box. Crosses it in. Augustinsson crosses it in. No one there. Headed away by Zabnia. Or Matvienko. And no one there. I can't find it. I give up. That's the playoffs. Okay, we might have found it. Deadline day. Oh, here we go. We did do it. Well, where were we at home? We were at uni. Never mind. Obviously, I forgot the season starting obviously a lot earlier. Olsen and Forsberg linking up, and now it's a chance for Ukraine to go. Shevchenko. He lays it off. Sidorchuk tries to play it through to Yarmolenko, and Danielson will just have to stop it. Danielson. Not the most convincing of counter-attacks by Ukraine. So it's absolutely roasting this room. I've got a fan on. I enjoyed yesterday. It was nice and cold. Oh, we're doing a watch-along though now. Now that I've done 2 watch-alongs, it's been absolutely roasting. Because I think there is a big Ukraine contingent there. Obviously, I don't know what the flying in is like. That was great that I was watching this YouTube channel called Sailing Le Vagabond, and they I'll interrupt myself for a second. Kulusevski gets past one, but he does run in to Matvienko. There's nothing in it. There really isn't. Yeah, he taps it past Matvienko, and Matvienko just stays strong. Kulusevski just runs into him. Nothing in it. I think even Kulusevski knew that it wasn't anything in it. But unfortunately, when you're down, you sometimes have to do that. Shaparenko, we saw him create magic with that amazing ball over the top before. Can we see it again? A Ukrainian coming forward. Karyavev on this right-hand side. Back to Yarmolenko. Sidorchuk now. Ukraine will just take the time and pass it around here. I'm just going to stand up a second, but I'll keep the camera with me. As you'll see me. Oh, you see me boobs. I've got an absolute sweaty back. So I'm just going to stand up and do that. I'm going to do a KL. I love a KL standing watch along. It sometimes is my proudest moment of the day. Of watching the man stand for 90 minutes straight to do the watch. I can't like touch my screen or anything. Well, I can. I have to lean in here. So I'll probably just lean up and have the YouTube chat. But I am going to stand up for a while because I am very uncomfortable. But Ukraine are just going to pass it around here, and they've got to find something. Victor Lindelof. And I mean, 3 minutes left in this half. It's definitely enough time to get back into this game. It really is. It's just all to do if they can. Or if we're going to have to see a huge half-time team talk. Mucking Fassiv, exactly, Ethan. It's got past one, cross comes in. That's such a great clearance by Christophs. He's a really good ball and well cleared away. Lovely back heel by Isaac. Kulusevski to Sebastian Larsson. Back to Alexander Isaac. He's teasing a shot. Back to Emil Forsberg. He's going to go for it. It's took a deflection. And it's gone in. And Sweden have got a last minute equal. Well, it's not last minute. I think it was definitely a bit of a fluke. Don't get me wrong. And if it's not, that is an amazing finish by Emil Forsberg. But we'll see the replays. I adjust myself. I do apologise. That surely took a deflection. Isaac, though, Forsberg takes a shot. And I think it actually comes off a defender. Oh, it takes a huge deflection. It really does. But it's still good. Champions League draw is 26th and Europa League is 27th. And tell you what, it comes off Zabani. It comes off Zabani. Sweden are not going to care because they've got an equaliser. And it's come from the courtesy of Emil Forsberg, who's got his 4th goal of the tournament. I mean, if you had him as a top goal scorer, you're going to be close. Now, I don't know who it's going to... I think that'll go down as a Forsberg goal. Because I think it's heading on target, but the deflection from Zabani makes, 4 goals in 4 matches for Emil Forsberg. And he's equalled it back up for Sweden. As I'm just looking at stats in the for the Euros, pardon me. Also, there's not many. There's only 6 games left. 7. 6 after this. I'm just looking. Forsberg is now second, but with Ronaldo and Benzema both out of the tournament, him and Patrick Schick have both got an opportunity to really take that thing. And I mean, you look at the top assisters, Zuba, Højbjerg, Kulusevski, they're all in the top 3. Pau Torres, Dani Olmo, they're all in the tournament, so that's still up there. There's a lot of thing here. I'm just looking at other stats. Reece James with the best passing accuracy. I mean, he hasn't played much, to be honest. Or Stefan Leiner with 14 tackles. And I think he will be very happy with that. KL. But, right now, Emil Forsberg, if he can get one more, he goes top goal scorer in this tournament. And what a tournament it's been for the Leipzig man. It's a crushing blow. There's no extra time. But it's a crushing blow for Sweden, who really have, maybe for Ukraine, who have played very well. Don't get me wrong, they played really well. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day, because they couldn't hold on. It was a lovely shot by Forsberg. A massive amount of luck. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong at all. But I'm just going to mute Gabby Logan. 1-1 as it stands right now. In Ukraine. In Ukraine? No, it's in Scotland. You buffoon. It is in Scotland, as I'm just having tab issues. Here we go. Put you across there. Obviously, Zinchenko opened the score with a lovely cross by... I hope they give that to Forsberg, and I don't want to see own goal leading the golden boot with 10. It's been, wasn't a great goal defender. I don't think the defender was awful there, Kyle. He's just going to make the block, but Forsberg has hit it with such pace and power that Zabani can't really move his body quick enough. And the deflection is very lucky, but I do hope it goes to Forsberg, because it puts them one away from top goal scorer. And you'd hope if Sweden go through and win, as I need to change the scoreline, which I will do right now. Put that to a 1. Bear with me 2 seconds, because Sweden did equalise, and then the whistle practically blew straight away. But then Emil Forsberg equalled it with a lucky deflection. But both teams playing well. If we look at the stats, 6 shots on target for Sweden, 5 for Ukraine. Both have 2 shots on target. Possession is very similar. This game has been really, really even, and both teams have properly gone for it. Obviously, don't forget to check out all the social media stuff. You're obviously on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and notifications on all the YouTube stuff. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at @_topcorner. The website is sports-corner.com, and the Instagram is the _sportscorner. Don't forget to follow us all on there. Look how you got Van Gerwen in Ben Yedder. Otherwise, that's just the 2 players, two people that were decided. We'll look at actually the head-to-head of the team, because I didn't actually get to talk through it. They've only faced each other 4 times. Ukraine winning 3. The last match was in 2012. A 2-1 victory for Ukraine in the Euro group stages. Sweden only ever won 1. Ukraine winning 3. They haven't played each other many, but obviously all the signs lead to a Ukraine victory. So just adjust myself there. I knew the chair was going to squeak. If we look at what's coming up on the channel, I could play the advert. I've realised it's Netherlands, Czech Republic, but we will be having obviously all the other Euro games being covered. Oh, got my throat. So we will be having, right now that all the confirmed, Switzerland versus Spain will be with KL Friday 5 o'clock. Belgium versus Italy will be at Friday at 8 o'clock. It's more than likely Josh. I will be covering Czech Republic, Denmark at 5 o'clock on Saturday, 3rd of July. And then someone will be covering England versus either Sweden or Ukraine. That will be at 8 o'clock on Saturday. As I will just grab a quick drink, because my throat is absolutely killing. And a good job. There's a 3 days break, but it's been a good game so far. Both teams really going for it. They really have. As obviously, we'll look at the lineups. We'll look at the lineups a bit later on when we're closer to the second half. One thing I did want to actually do is, if I load it up, look at some of the latest transfer rumours. I think Transfer Market have actually got a little section for that. And we'll just have a look at some of the biggest transfers, see what everyone thinks. No, we won't. Nothing will load up. Nothing will load up. And I presume if I go on my Twitter, not many people are watching this game compared. Obviously, Group F, which was the group of death, all the players are out. All the teams are out. Sorry, not the players. All the teams are out, which is kind of incredible. In the group of death, that Germany, France, Portugal, and Hungary are all out. Wondrous scenes of emotion. Obviously, I'm just looking through with all the UK YouTubers. Are loving it. All the UK that were there. I mean, there's a couple of people who are watching the game. Bernardo is one of them. Glad to see the English supporters getting behind the players of England and Germany, taking the knee. Exactly. I think before, I think definitely a lot of people were, and I can't believe I'm saying this, not happy with it, which is absolutely mental. But yeah, well, in fairness, they've done it in Germany. They've done it all along. And so have England. And when you've got two teams, you're fine. Now, one thing that I do love is my view on defenders, they need to stand up big and tall, take a shot. If they turn, Zabeni didn't have his back turned, he was facing him. It just went through his legs, unfortunately. But thank you, Carl, for putting all the links in. Now, if you're an F1 fan or if you're not, you will know Michael Schumacher. Schumacher, absolute legend in the sport. Well, his kid Mick Schumacher is in F1 now. And he races for a team called Haas F1 team. They're an American team, but they're based in England. As Diaz just said, I think England or Spain, maybe. We'll have a look at that. But Mick Schumacher, he races for Haas, and they're all based in the UK. So what Mick did was he hired out like a venue for all the Haas teams, so like the mechanics and etc. To go watch the England-Germany game. Obviously, he's German. There's just an image of an F1 fan who said, "I've won it, but what cost?" And it's all the England fans celebrating around him, and then Mick Schumacher just absolutely looking sad as shite. I do feel sorry for the absolute sickos in it of the cameramen who targeted that little girl who was crying. But we'll have a look at this tournament. I'm just looking to see what people are saying on Twitter about this game. Forsberg has been amazing during this Euro. It's possibly one of the best, most underrated players in this tournament. I think we can all agree with that being absolutely incredible. I know KL will back him forever. Obviously, we seem to forget, Sweden have got no Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's currently out injured. I think he was scheduled to be in the team. Obviously not travel with them. Yet, they don't need him. Isaac and Kulusevski are causing enough problems as it is today already. Forsberg is the first Swedish player to score 4 goals in a single final tournament. But one thing I think we've got to admire is how good a finish Zinchenko's got. I support Sweden, bro. No, mate, I'm impartial, pal. I'm impartial. This ain't a Sweden shirt, it's a Dortmund shirt. I'm impartial. I am very impartial. I don't care. I think if I'm backing anyone, I don't know, Sweden. I think they're more lovable. Ibrahimovic is injured, so he didn't travel to the tournament. I don't know who got called up in his place. I'm trying to think who did. Did Zlatan get called up? Okay, Sweden Euros team, Euro squad. Because did he get? I didn't think he got called up. I thought he was just strikers. He didn't get called up. I think he had to drop out, unfortunately. Yeah, that would be incredible, though. Do you know like on fantasy, or like where you could draft a player in later on? Do you know like in NFL where they can like trade a player, they can get him in? I'd like that if Sweden go, Ibra's back fit, Marcus Berg, you're out, Zlatan's in, comes back for the final. It can't happen. Don't get me wrong, it can't happen at all. I'm just trying to see which player is not on the bench. Jordan Larson, I think, is one. Svanberg is one. There must be one more. Pontus Jansson. I didn't know Pontus Jansson had gone to the tournament for Brentford. Don't tell me he's playing and I've made a massive mistake, but I didn't think Jansson had gone to the tournament. Is he on the bench? Oh yes, I didn't even know. Didn't even know he'd come to the tournament. We'll just like see my pal Zlatan. I think everyone loves Zlatan. Oh, I've got Grant Viska got called up. Please tell me he's on the bench. Oh, Grant Vist isn't on the bench. He's one of the other players. That's rigged. We love Grant Vist. Big centre back. But Sweden are a good side. And, you know, they shouldn't be underrated. They shouldn't sort of be dragged down. Because they are very, very talented. I'm actually just looking, so like transfer rumours here. Transfer market has got it. So they've got Umtiti as a rumour to go to Marseille. Kingsley Coman to Liverpool. Todibo has obviously moved to Nice on permanent. No buyback clause for Barcelona. Camavinga rumoured to go to Man United. Jules Koundé to Tottenham. I think peeling Koundé away from Sevilla will be very hard, especially with them in Euro Cup 2. Rumour update. Oh, look at this. They've got it. Achraf Hakimi, obviously, he did join PSG. Manuel Locatelli, he rumoured to join Juventus. Insigne to Atletico Madrid is a rumour I haven't heard about. Sergio Ramos to Roma. Rafinha to AC Milan. Probably could see that happen. Rafinha probably is not going to get as much game time. Renato Sanchez back to Bayern Munich. Not the most convincing, I think, of tournaments for Renato Sanchez, but he's definitely not been very poor at all. I'm just looking at... There we go. I can look at latest transfers. Oh, Caden Clark, obviously, he moving to Leipzig from Red Bull's gone back on loan. But nice little transfer for Caden Clark. Hopefully, once MLS season's finished, you'll get a little bit of Bundesliga experience. I know that a couple of people I know are really big fans of Caden Clark. Apart from this, I'm just looking. Not many other little... Conrad De La Fuente went to Marseille, the American international. And I think that's it. Richard Ledesma got called up to the main PSV side. But apart from that, no major... Hakim Ziyech is moving to it. I don't believe it. I don't believe you. Raggy Klavan. Oh, I didn't realise Raggy Klavan's without a club. Oh, you've got to bring in Klavan. Gaston Ramirez is only 30. Obviously, Susieta and Benyat have both retired, which is quite sad because MacArthur had a really good season with them, and now they just have to sort of do it without them. Bless them. So I think this game could be getting underway very soon. I'm just going to quickly go use the bathroom before this game does start, so I don't have to stop. So what I will do is I will leave you with the music and we'll just put the same song on. Not media source. Desktop audio. Nothing's playing right now, but you will hear it soon. I'll be back very soon. I'll literally be back in like 5 minutes to start the next half. We're going to let it play. We'll let it finish off. Oh, there's still 2 minutes left. I didn't realise it went on for this long. I think we have to stop it once we get to a certain point. Everything. I'm back. Right, and as Bernardo said, certified yams. I've got some right jams on Sports Corner. If I could play my own music, it'd be even worse, because my music taste is so different to, first of all, the entire Sports Corner. I think we all like a lot of different stuff. But now also, just, mine's a lot more either angry or cheesy. There's no middle line. By the way, thank you to everyone that's joined us over the course of this Euros. I said it a bit, but we're in the final game of the round 16, and I think me, Kale, and Josh especially. I know KD did one, but I think for us three especially, thank you for joining us. I think nearly all of us have done a watch along at least every day. When they've been on, nearly every day anyway. Some of us doing 2 at once. I know I'm pretty confident we've all done at least 2. Me and Kale did double duty a couple of times. Josh has done double duty. Thank you to everyone, genuinely, and we hope that you'll stick around for the start of the next season. There'll be more games. I don't know about more sports. I want to do some little bit more stuff, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, that might have to be a Rowan personal thing. We'll wait and see. It might have to be a Rowan personal thing, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, from the bottom of my head, thank you very much. We try, Bernardo, and because we've got the OG viewers like you, we love it. Hope you're all good anyway, mate. How's it rocking over the pond? As they're just showing them games. The BBC have got Belgium, Italy, and Sweden or Ukraine versus England. Oh, that means one of my Czech Republic and Netherlands on ITV Hub. No one likes that. But yeah, I want to do a couple more stuff next year. We'll wait and see what happens and how that goes. But we'll 100% wait and see. So I've got this clunky PC that I spent a nice bit amount of money on. That I use it to play games, which is great, but I don't use it. I don't use it enough to its capabilities. I should. As Diran says, will Haaland move to Chelsea? I think not this season, but when his release clause comes to effect, 100%. Yeah, I think there's a great. By the way, the Olympics advert for the BBC is great. That's so cool. I didn't even notice. I'm good. Just got my mystery shirt from Emelec, a club in it. Let's have a look. Is it on your Twitter? I'll look at your Twitter now. I think I saw it earlier, but I skimmed past it because I was trying to. What is it? Oh, there you are. There you are. Sexy. I can't say that. I can. Let's have a look. Ooh. Tell you what, that kit's nice. Oh, it's got Pilsner. What? In Pilsner like a beer? That's quite nice, that. What'd you get off? Mr. Like football shirts or did? Or what was the website you get off? Give him some free promotion. But that's nice. I want to collect more kits, but money and also, well, you're a chunky boy. You have to have it a bit bigger. And when you're getting mystery shirts, that's very, very hard. But the game is back underway, more importantly. 17-18 home shirt. It's nice, I like it. I like the Pilsner sponsor. What can I say? What can I say? It's what I do. I'll lead you into a false sense of security and then I exploit you for... Oh, you got it for Away Days? Is that the YouTube Ellis Away Days? I didn't know he had his own website. Or is it not? Football shirts. Away Days football shirts. Oh no, maybe not. I am having a look now. Premier League, Bundesliga shirts. No, I can't get any of the Bundesliga shirts unless the Dortmund. Oh, there is a 13-14 shirt for Aubameyang. XL as well. Is that legitimate? Or that is... Oh, that is cheeky. They've got some... Oh, they've got like dirty old kits, but they sort of work, if you know what I mean. That, I tell you what, 13-14 kit would actually be a banger to get. You think I'm not certain, friend? Oh, here's Ellis the way it is. What's my shirt website? Come on, your M truck. It was, Shevchenko driving down the right. Held off well by Sweden. I'll have a look at that later on because I might want to do feel like a mystery shirt myself. I didn't know like he collects them and then sells them on. Fair play to him. I might ask him if I can get that Dortmund one that he got. No. Yeah, I know we spent so much money on that. And he got Royce on the back. That's incredible. I want Royce. I don't know what's Stefan Tigges. The thing is, I think he might be moving on next year, and I'm going to be so sad if he does leave as Tigges. Nice little play between Forsberg and Isaac. Finds Danielson. Can't get anyone there. That's a good ball over the top. Isaac heads it into the box. Cleared away by Christoph. Isaac tries to let it go. He still comes away with it. And it's still with Sweden. It's Olsen. Trying to link up Augustinsson to Emil Forsberg. So got a little bit of a Bundesliga contingent on that left-hand side with Augustinsson and Forsberg. Kulusevski wins it to Olsen. And I think a calm performance from Sweden so far. I think getting that late goal really helped him. Emil Forsberg, he's looking, innit? Kulusevski. Oh, just couldn't get it past both of them. He got caught up in his own feet. And that's what you want to see from Yarmolenko. Fighting now. It's Alexander Zinchenko. On this left-hand side. Can he spot out anyone? Yaremchuk's made a run down the middle. Not used. He said it's crossed in all the way to the back first. We'll find Karyavev. Yarmolenko now. Still Yarmolenko. Puts a cross in. Danielson blocks it well. Really good block by the big centre half. Obviously plays in for Dacian Pro, I think. Dalian Pro, sorry. Plays for Dalian Pro. Really good block by him. Wow. That's really interesting. So apparently Danielson, and I don't know whether this is for him travelling out of China to Sweden, something. He had to quarantine for 100 days in a hotel. What a stat, bad. See, that's what you want to... I love awkward stats. Sean, mate, I'm close to a heart condition, so we're alright. Carabao could be better for you. I've got Oasis. I rarely drink. I'm trying to think. When I'm at uni, I drink more. But in terms of not like going out and stuff, just in terms of like, I'll just be sat and I was like, I'll have a Malibu and Coke or whatever I've got on me. But when I'm at home, I just don't do it as much. Maybe because I don't know. It's great content. A bit of content, don't we? Karyavev will play ball. It's a decent ball. Lindelof deals with it well. Get my words mixed up. You can let me off. It's my second watch. So we'll look at some of the subs that we were supposed to look at half time. Interesting. Thank you, Michael. With the quarterfinal tie being held in Rome due to a number of European countries denying UK passport holders into their country due to the COVID variant in the UK, we may not have any supporters. I mean, Wales had to put up with it. I probably not the best, but if you've got a heart condition, it's like, live your life. I suppose it's better than alcohol because it'll make your heart run quicker, but at least it won't like pollute it, I suppose. Interesting. Forsberg lays off to Larson. Lindelof to Isaac. To Danielson. And it will be very interesting now because obviously the World Cup qualifiers will be happening Leon Yarmolenko was in behind. Robin Olsen's rushed out. And he's asked for the ball quick there, Shevchenko. Maybe hoping to try catch Robin Olsen out, but came out very fast. I think he came out of nowhere there, Robin Olsen. You don't really see him massively. You've seen it a couple of times, but really rush out of his area a lot. Shevchenko lays it off. Shevchenko. Oh, it was a really good ball trying to find Shevchenko, but blocked well. Blocked really well, but I think that was Ekdal. Not the best clearance by Augustinson. Yarmolenko chop it onto Karyavev. Yeah, fair play, mate. You do you. You do you. I can't drink Monsters anymore. Not even that it's thing yet. It just, they don't. I could have one. I probably could have one if I knew I'd stay up late. But my God, is it F you? Like, my sleep schedule is already messed up as it is. Like, a bit at 4:30. Yarmolenko on the wing though. Crosses it in. Danielson heads it away. Oh, might be the worst volley outside the box we've seen. He tried to do a Forsberg by, it was Stepanenko. He did go for a long range shot. We'll be honest, it wasn't the most convincing. But a good ball in by Yarmolenko. Danielson deals with it well. I was actually the cross earlier. Seeing Robin Olsen coming out. And I tell you what, Ukraine have had moments where they really look energetic, but Sweden really controlling the play. But when Ukraine get on the ball, they look the more likely to score. I say that. Ekdal's tried to put it to the corner for Isaac. To Bushchan. To Karyavev. Karyavev. Every woman, every man, join the Karyavev of love. And there's been a slip in the midfield. Emil Forsberg now outside the box. Lassen! Ooh. Ooh. He was teasing it up, puts it wide, but it's close. It was very close. It's a good attempt by Sebastian Larsson. I wouldn't expect anything less from him. Absolute hero. Absolute hero. But Love Coke's hero, trying not to drink too much because anyway I'm drinking my water with a mixture of product called a Me Waddy. The Dodge Cadre playing what? Sorry, what? Is it because it tastes like your mouth? Is that water? What? The thing is, I understand. I don't drink much tap water, but I'll drink bottled water, which is mental, innit? Because it is the same thing, technically. Karyavev, drive down the middle. Yaremchuk's made a run, a darting run. Plays to Yarmolenko. Lays it off. Oh, it's hit the post. Sidorchuk just hits the outside of the post. So close there. Yarmolenko's been great today. Finds Sidorchuk, who's wide open, and he just couldn't get enough spin on it. He's got the curl on it, just not enough. I don't. Yeah, but water. Don't drink like normal. Don't drink like tap water much. But can drink bottle. I'd go to Tesco and just get a bottle of big water, which I'm gonna start doing. Roman's health kick probably will start after the Euros if we're being realistic. Because my sleep schedule is like perfect for the Euros now. It's like I wake up at 2 o'clock. It's awful, but I wake up at 2 o'clock, do a game at 3. But it's Yarmolenko on the right hand side. Try and take back Danielson. Still Yarmolenko. It's a chance for a breakaway now for Sweden. It's Isaac. It's a 3v3 here. 3v4 now. 4v4. Isaac. Oh, Forsberg's in a lot of open space. Forsberg! Oh, and it's just hit the post. Both teams hitting the post. So close. So close from Emil Forsberg. Just hits the post. nearly gets enough spin on it, and both sides. This is an entertaining game. It really is, back and forth. And you know what? England have got to be worried. Because both these sides have got fucking heart. It's one thing you've got to give to them. They've got heart. And they're not going down without a fight. So I said hi. Hi. The realist, the most. Hello. Hope you're all good. Bernardo loves what? I don't know. I think I'm an Oasis kind of guy. If I was a millionaire, I'd get Oasis on tap. I'd do a lot of stuff if I was a millionaire. I'd hire a personal trainer, I think is number one. You wouldn't have to work. Genuinely, if I was like a billionaire, I think I'd make it my life goal to become the best physical specimen possibly. Do you know like One Punch? So I'm not a big anime fan, as Ethan knows. But I've seen what like One Punch Man looks like. I'd go to look like that in real life. Is it One Punch Man? I think I'm saying the right thing. Let me Google it. One Punch. There we go, One Punch Man. I also don't want the bald head like him. Maybe there's not One Punch. There's just a bunch of anime characters which look like where they're absolutely huge. Yeah, One Punch Man. Yeah. For ladies who want muscles, try the one-man punch workout. I'm a man who wants muscles. As Cry said hi. Tizzy said hi. Hello! The realist in the most. Right, Wonderwall. Can I ban him? Can I ban him? Can I buy Wonderwall is alright, I suppose. It comes. Augustinson dealt well. Skinhead One Punch Man. It only clicked, but that is awful, but now it's great. Augustinson whips it in. Shevchenko puts it back to his keeper. Don't Look Back in Anger is a great song. Just do 10,000 push-ups, 10,000 sit-ups, and run 10,000 kilometers a day. You sort. Even mate, piss easy. Jesus. In fairness, right, I did find a workout on TikTok. You know what? People made this TikTok, and I understand why. But I found. I need to delete these photos. I found a. It's nothing sketchy. I found a right workout. It is the Super Saiyan HIIT workout. I don't know if you can see it on my phone. But it's 1 hop squats for 30 seconds, high knees for 30 seconds, mountain climbers for 30 seconds, tug the V ups for 30 seconds. You get a minute break and then you do it 5 times. Champagne Supernova is great. The thing is, there's do you know have you heard of Youngblood? Youngblood and Machine Gun Kelly did a remix, but it's a good ball over the top. Isaac! He would have been offside anyway, but he's put it wide. And that's one area he's struggled with this tournament is finishing. He would have been offside anyway. But he just misses it. As we actually going to get a first one, Malinovsky's going to come on. And he'll come on for number 10. Is that Shaparenko? I think that's a bit surprise. Mykola Shaparenko has actually had a really good game. But Ruslan Malinovsky will come on and Mykola Shaparenko will come on and Malinovsky will come on. But Machine Gun Kelly and Youngblood do a really good cover in a bathroom. Shabanu, there's another one. Oasis have made bangers. I'm not even the biggest fan of Oasis. I'm really not. There are people that absolutely love them. Don't Look Back in Anger, obviously. Maybe it's not one I'm thinking of. Or is it Morning Glory? Who do I want to know? I think it was Liam. No, that's not thing. That's hard to. Oh, what was it? Thing. Liam Gallagher. Oh, Noel Gallagher released a song. Let's try Liam. Songs. No, it might be Noel. I think it was Liam. I'm looking at songs. Okay, here we go. What's it called? I'll find it. Wall of Glass. That's it. Really like Wall of Glass by Liam Gallagher. Really good song. But I'm not a big Oasis fan. Yeah, Wall of Glass. I followed 200 defeat to England in Germany. Yeah, I saw that Tony Cruz is announced his retirement. It's such a shame. So talented, but you know what? He's won a World Cup. He's won a World Cup. He's won a Euros. He's more than any England players can do. But Ukraine are bombing forward here. Zinchenko. Yes, a good ball here. It's fallen to the back post. Sidorchuk. Oh, it's such a poor ball. It's hit with not enough pace. I think what music I've been listening to recently. We'll load up my Spotify. We'll turn it down just in case it does play. I'm just going to move my chair for 2 seconds because it's going to make a creak. That's right, okay there. If I go to my likes recent play, Maneskin. Now, if you don't know them, they won the Eurovision. But they're really good. They're very good. Very talented. Artist called Roxanne. Bit dance music, very nice. Against the Current released a new song, really good. Poppy, she's just freaky, but in like the best way. Like it's like the music is creepy, but it's good, and she's got like a character. But yeah, I'm a big music guy. Well, I am, but I just listen to the same thing. But in fairness, like I'll find a new band or a new singer every maybe 3 weeks, and just start listening to songs on repeat, and then stop listening for a while, and they'll just come on a rotation. As the second half hasn't been the most entertaining, I'd say, but it's been okay. I mean, we could get extra time as well. Can't forget that. And personally, I'm sort of hoping not for extra time, just because I'm a little bit tired. I still need the bathroom. Danielson. So I hope one of these teams will go on to score a goal. And who would it be? I don't know who would be the first scorer, because Ukraine have had definitely probably more moments, in fairness. Had that one ball over to Isaac. But apart from that, or Isak, I don't know how you pronounce it properly. But apart from that, not much really going for them. Sweden, just Ukraine's counter-attack has been quite dangerous. Danielson. To Ekdal, bundled over. Oh. And that was Malinovsky. It was someone, bundles also down, and then just stands over him. I think, yeah, it was Malinovsky. It just barges him down, and then just stands over him. I love that from Malinovsky. Just gives him the evils. I mean, 25 minutes left in this game. Deep cross. Switch to Emil Forsberg, one of the standout players in this tournament. Oh, and he goes for a cross. Takes a big deflection off Sidorchuk. And Emil Forsberg will cross this in. Been a great play in the tournament so far. Can he add to his goal tally or maybe an assist tally? In fairness, he's the only person who scored for Sweden. We talked about how Raheem Sterling was that for us. So Harry Kane did score. Forsberg. Cross it in. It's a good ball. Oh, good coverage at the back post. It's still going to be recycled. Oh! And great save by Bushchan. It was Dejan Kulusevski who caught on the inside. Just on the inside of the box. Shot there. It was a really good attempt. And Bushchan dives to it and parries it over the crossbar. Really good save by him. The Ukraine goalkeeper. Emil Forsberg crosses it in. It's still in the box. It's one back, but Ukraine will counter-attack. Zinchenko. To Malinovsky. He's not got away. Sweden have got yellow shirts back. Alexander Isak, one of them. Malinovsky. Laid off. Yarmolenko! And it wasn't the best opportunity shot. Went straight to the hands of Robin Olsen. As Michael said, all Group F teams are eliminated. Mental, innit? It really was a group of death, technically. Technically it was, if all the teams are out. And I think France and Germany, Hungary weren't expected to get out of the group, and they didn't. Portugal was always going to be a tough game against Belgium. France and Germany, two shocks, I would say. Germany not as much, but it's still a shock. I don't think many people would have had England. As I've been sat on this chair for so long, I think it's probably time for a stand-up camera angle as we had during the England game. Just because I need it more than anyone else. And then this is where Raheem Sterling... No, we had it early on in this game, I think. Where Seb Larsson went for it. Because Larsson actually... He was just on the either half-time because Larsson scored. Not Larsson. Forsberg scored practically straight away. When I was sitting down. But I'm starting... I mean, it's comfy. It's way more comfy. I'm getting a toned arse from these watch-alongs. I'm sat down for so long, the muscles are getting thing. I mean, the upper half, they're not there. But bottom half, swole. Absolute swole right now. So I'll just switch that on so I can see the chat. When hopefully your team scores, because we've got 20 minutes left and fucking... Both teams have had opportunities, just haven't been able to put it in the back of the net. If Yarmolenko put that counter-attack opportunity in, this really could have been a different game. It really could have. Lindelof is driving down the middle though. So doing what his Manchester United compatriot does. Finds Emil Forsberg. Takes on the inside, Forsberg. Forsberg! Oh! He hits the crossbar. Larsson loses it. Kulusevski will commit a foul. Oh, and Emil Forsberg. I obviously know Bernardo. I know Bernardo is rooting for him as his captain. And my God, he takes it past two. And he absolutely swings at it. And it just hits the crossbar. It's such an incredible opportunity from Emil Forsberg. And he just hits the crossbar. And it's another chance of missing this game. He's a goat. He's the goat right now. As Dejan Kulusevski does get a yellow card. That foul. And yeah, he's having an incredible tournament. And I want to see him go further. I'd love to see him joint top goal scorer, even top goal scorer. And I was saying, if we're basing it off momentum, right now, I would say it's it's Sweden. Couple of opportunities now in the passing. I mean, fairness I say that, and we had that Yarmolenko opportunity. Yaremchuk quite visible this game, I would say. I definitely say he hasn't got involved as much as you would have thought he would have in this game. And it is Forsberg. Poor pass to Lindelof, but he still does well to get rid of it. And a chance to move forward now for Sweden. Just need to get another opportunity, and I feel they will score. Olsen, Ekdal, sorry. To Lindelof. To Sebastian Larsson, who's dropped deep. Him and Lustig have switched places. But, I mean, Czech Republic versus Denmark. We'll play the winners of either Sweden and Ukraine versus England in that semi-final. And you know what? I'm kind of hoping Sweden go through because I think they will really challenge us. As Shevchenko will play back to Bushchan, who is just going to clear long. Good clearance from the Ukraine goalkeeper. And then we'll find Robin Olsen. And both teams, I think, just need to go for it. I mean, they are. Just trying to create these opportunities. Isaac's dropped deep. Tried to play it through. Finds Forsberg. Back to Isaac. And this is where he's good. Driving down the middle. Plays it off to the left. To Augustinsson. Danielson now. Hounded by blue shirts. Back to Lindelof. To Isaac in the midfield. Larson. Tries to find Forsberg. With Kulusevski. Out to Mikhail Lustig. Still Lustig right now. To Olsen. Ekdal. To Lustig. Sweden trying to get the ball in. Ball does come in and Busham will collect. As we will move the camera back down. I feel like we've been stood up enough. You know what? I'm even going to remove the padding. Oh, that's better. Oh, maybe not. Oof, maybe not. Let's see the spot where the get into the groove as you're going to see a lot of awkward moving here. There we go. There we go. As we're a bit close to the action. Camera. I had to buy a new camera. Obviously, if you saw my watch-along not yesterday, the day before, you'll see that I completely effed my camera up with its focus. So we had to buy a new one. Only 15 quid, not bad. And I just refused to touch it. I mean, 15 minutes nearly. And I think Sweden have got the momentum. It's a shame, I think this game has been a lot slower. But I think Forsberg has really sort of got fire into this side. Isaac, not as loud as he is usually in this game. Quite quiet. Matvienko played it through to Shevchenko now. To Stepanenko to Sidorchuk. Just playing it around Ukraine. And they're looking for some kind of space. We'll play it across to Karyavev. And also them fullbacks playing a back five Ukraine really. Pushing so far up. And they're looking for something. Sidorchuk gets past Forsberg. Galaxy, Ethan, mate. I've nearly finished it. But a bit of Galaxy. Basically, when I've done double duty, I've gone to the shop. So I had Terry's Chocolate Orange, the first one. I did eat it before the watch-along. But I've got to stop. I really have. Matvienko just goes back to his centre-backs. Not what you want to see. In a round of 16, you want to see some attacking intent from both these sides. And we're not seeing it from Ukraine. But I don't think Ukraine is settled, don't get me wrong, I really don't. Karavayev to Yarmolenko to Yaremchuk. Tries to lay off to Yarmolenko, back to Karyavev. Stepanenko! He's blocked well. As I'm just going to refresh BBC iPlayer because I think I'm a bit further behind. And there we go, I'm a lot closer. I was like 3 minutes behind for some reason. And now, Lindelof. Probably a really good game from the Swede centre-half. Holding on well, stopped. Trying to stop Yaremchuk. And they've actually had Yaremchuk contained the majority of the game, Victor Lindelof. Also, I do need to find out with Josh. You'll find out who's covering what. Well, you'll know that KL will be doing Switzerland, I'll be doing Czech Republic. So that's your 5 o'clock games covered for Friday, Friday and Saturday. Olsen. Still Olsen. Cuts it to Forsberg. Tries to play through Kulusevski. Olsen wins it back. Great fight from the midfielder. Back to Kulusevski. I think Olsen, didn't he play for... I want to say it's not Parma. It's Syria side. Nope, Krasnodar. I'm getting it all wrong. Who cares? I've been doing this for 4 hours. I've got an excuse. I don't. Kulusevski to Forsberg. Kulusevski. Cleared well by Christoph. And Yarmolenko's just going to drive down the right side. We'll cut it back. And that was Ekdal. Hands all over Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko's screaming at the referee. And I think he's going to get a yellow card for that. But I don't blame him. Ekdal is all over him, holding him up. And just had a war of words with the referee. And he's going to get booked. Oh, that's nice to know. So the yellow cards are wiped for the quarter-final game. So, actually, it didn't matter for Calvin Phillips and Rice. Obviously it did, because if they got a second yellow, they would have gone off, but I was obviously quite worried that they wouldn't be able to play the next game, but if they're wiped for the quarterfinals, we're okay. As long as the player don't get 2 yellows, we're good. As all my bets failed today. But I like to say I did it because of England and it's coming home. So I backed Germany all the way. So that's sort of why I did it, you know. Had to back England. So if I went for Germany on all my bets, Forsberg, oh, it's not cleared well. But it's Kulusevski now on this right hand side. Good defending there from Matvienko, who did lose the ball, but then winning it back. Well done to him, and he's apologising to his team, but he wins it back. And Ukraine back to walking pace right now as we're just about to hit the 80th minute. Eleven attempts from Sweden, 9 from Ukraine. Both have 3 on target. Both teams, don't get me wrong, are going for it in this game more than we've seen. And with 10 minutes left, I think this is an extra time game for sure. I really do. Sidorchuk to Zabeni. Back to him, and Ukraine, they've got to go. As Christian say, Yargo Sweden. He's back in Sweden. You love your Nords. He loves his Nords. Loves Denmark. No, not sure about Norway. Not how confident you are on Norway, but big Sweden. And Emil Forsberg, the really difference maker in this tournament for them. And we talked about how big of a miss Zlatan Ibrahimovic would be as a leader and maybe a goal scoring threat. But Emil Forsberg's gone, it's my time to shine. I'm stepping up. And he's done that. 4 goals. As we are going to see a couple of subs. You love Denmark. Big Yusuf Poulsen, the big Dane. As a lot of subs are going to come on for Sweden. 16 and 5, which is Emil. Oh, fucking hell. It looks like Pierre Bengtsson is going to come on as there isn't a Swedish player down, but Pierre Bengtsson currently plays for Copenhagen. He will come on. He's a left back, so for Augustinsson, we presume. And then the other change is Emil Kraft, who is obviously a right back. So you would presume he would come on for Mikael Lustig. But Emil Kraft, I mean, he's being called up to the Euros. Chance for him to impress Newcastle bosses. Who is the Newcastle boss? Am I an idiot? Who manages Newcastle? Steve Bruce. Right? It is Steve Bruce, isn't it? Newcastle manager. Yeah, I thought it was. Oldham Athletic are interested in a former Newcastle player. Oh my god, Jamie Sterry. Oh, you don't understand. Oh my god, you don't understand, but he played for Hartlepool. Oh my god, he on our FM save, he was a player me and Josh transferred to each other to give each other money. As Augustinsson will come off of Bengtsson or Bennigsen, and the Werder Bremen left back had a decent game. Tried to create a lot of stuff down that left hand side, and we're going to see Bengtsson try to do the same. And a very late substitutions by Sweden, obviously, as Mikael Lustig will come off. And Emil Kraft will come on, the Newcastle man. I mean, obviously, if we do get extra time, it's only under the half an hour of football, then we do go to penalties. I mean, I'll wait and see, because it's not yet 7 minutes left in this game. Hope you're all good, Christian, mate. Lindelof. And Emil Kraft will had his first chance to try and get this ball cleared. And he will. Just kick it long. And he gives it away to Alexander Zinchenko. And it's just going to be calm from Ukraine, or both sides. I don't think either side will want to slip up now. I think as much as they'll want to go forward and get a goal, conceding late is something that both sides will not want. We've seen it in the past couple of games. Yarmolenko, just a poor pass there to Malinovsky. But he's worked so hard today. Yarmolenko, especially. Do you and Josh play FM through Steam? All of us. In fairness, we basically, through lockdown, we had a joint save. But we don't really play it anymore together just because it's so hard to get people, all of us on at the same time. But all the sports corner, so it was me, KL, KD, Will and Josh. So we did one that was a Premier League one. And then we did another one which was Bundesliga. But as Forsberg is going to get yellow carded for an arm to the face, he was quick to give the yellow. Not happy with it. It was on Shevchenko. I think maybe clips his eye. Not on purpose, but all the sports going to play FM through Steam, but we don't play with each other because it's very hard to get people all together. As he will get yellow carded Emil Forsberg. So we won't miss our next game because all cards are wiped, as I found out. Enough time. Is there enough time? 5 minutes left in this game for a team to get an equaliser. A winner, sorry. Not an equaliser, an absolute winner. So what day is it? It's bloody Tuesday. Bloody Tuesday. Week's gone so... It's Wednesday tomorrow. The week's gone so quick. Malinovsky to Shevchenko. And it just feels like this game's going to extra time. It really does. Whoever wins this game will face England in the quarterfinals. Matvienko to Stepanenko. Sabenyi now. Karyev. Just passing it around to the fullbacks and the centre-backs. And you see Kulusevski. He's just still trying to sprint everything down. But all the players are shattered. Apart from Malinovsky and the two substitutes for fullbacks of Sweden. But 4 minutes left. I don't see any other team getting an equaliser here, to be honest. I really do not. I think it will be over. And I think we'll go to extra time. I really do. But here we go. Can we see a last minute thing? We've seen a lot of last minute goals. We've seen a lot of last minute goals. We saw it twice yesterday. And you can see it from Ukrainian fans, Swedish fans. There's a high Ukrainian fan, I feel like, very loud whenever Ukraine got on the ball. Obviously managed by Andrei Shevchenko, a Ukrainian legend. Karyev does really well to keep it to Yarmolenko, who's had a really good game and a good tournament, Yarmolenko. Yaremchuk pretty quiet today, but only one sub from Ukraine and only two from Sweden. I think both teams sort of know this is going to extra time. Danielson, poor ball to Alexander Isaac, and Ukraine are moving forward here. Matvienko to Shevchenko. Matvienko sprinted down that left. This is most likely to be Sweden's most attacking output since the start of the tournament. Yeah, probably. And I think it's also well done to all the watchers. Thank you very much, Alexa. Appreciate it. And I think it's a tough thing to say with this game, because I think most people go, oh, what a boring game, only 2 goals. But it's like, and it's offside. No, you fucker. Malinovsky. But it's been entertaining. Both teams look absolutely shattered. And for maybe Ukraine or even Sweden, I think a lot of them players who played the start of the game will want to be penalty takers. Also, we saw with Switzerland, all Switzerland penalty takers, apart from Manuel Akanji, were all substitutes. And so, it will be interesting. We'll look at the sort of the home, and if this game does go to extra time, we will look to see who may come on. Augustinson, he's not on the pitch anymore. It's a good ball over the top. Kulusevski. He shoots, and that's a great block. Zabani with the block. Comes across. Stops him resiliently. Kulusevski was onside. He had the best of Zabani. The bounce. The good control as well. But Zabani, that control by Kulusevski helps him because he gets across. Makes the block. Really good block by him. We're going to get a corner. The referee's going to have a word. Can we get a last minute equaliser? A winner, sorry. Sebastian Larsson will take this. You can see the Swedish fans looking on. Larsson, it's poor, doesn't beat the first man. It was Shevchenko, and now it's a chance for Ukraine. And Bengtsson, the substitute, he sat back and he made the challenge. Malinovsky, he had the speed, but Bengtsson was the first there. We've hit the 90th minute. I wouldn't be surprised if the whistle got. May get a couple of minutes. Maybe one. I don't feel like there's been many breaks in play. Big switched across to Shevchenko. 2 minutes of added time. Shevchenko lays it off to Malinovsky. He's got Sidorchuk with him. We'll use him. They go back. They go backwards. It's not where you want to go. Good ball in behind to Yarmolenko. But the flag is up. And Yarmolenko not happy, but he's putting an absolute shift today. And there's a minute left. Looking like extra time. And for Rowan, he's very tired, and he needs... We're chugging along. We're chugging along. It looks like I'm not enjoying... I am. Obviously, they got an extra time last night in that Switzerland game. And maybe we can have the same in terms of drama in the penalty shootout in extra time. Lindelof, it's not over yet. Emil Forsberg pulls the ball through to Kulusevski, blocked well by Zabani. They're going to get the ball back with Olsen. To Olsen. To Emil Kraft. Egdal. Sweden, 30 seconds left. I feel like they're going to go to extra time here. We love Sweden. Lindelof now. Is he going to ping this forward? He's going to play it on the right hand side to Larsson. Emil Kraft made the overlap. Not going to be used. 5 seconds left. This looks like we're going to extra time. The whistle's gone. We are. It's our second extra time of the tournament. I'm going to put my foot up. And we're going to extra time. See Bushchan there. It's going to be big team talks from both sides. Sorry, Gabby Logan, I've got to mute you. And now we'll look at the subs. Because for the home side, we obviously see two of them, and that's fullbacks of Kraft and Bengtsson. But you've still got Marcus Berg, veteran striker, should have a calm head if we go to extra time and penalties. You've got Robin Quaison. Again, the Mainz forward. I think it's forwards we will see. But then, if you're the Swedish manager, do you want to take off Isaac and Kulusevski? Probably not. I feel like Emil Forsberg will be a player that goes off. Kulusevski replaces it, goes and sits at right mid-ish, or attacking midfielder, but he's playing at right mid. And then we see a Berg or a Quaison come off the bench. Maybe a Helander, maybe a Klaassen, a Janssen even, but Kudust as well, the Midtjylland midfielder. Couple of options there, especially with Berg and Quaison. That's two strikes that come on. It's interesting who would come off though if penalties does get there. And as we are seeing thing, and Quaison is doing tape or is eating an energy drink. Seeing the Ukraine fans there. Nice little headpiece that. That's quite cool. And you're seeing Seb Larsson talking to Emil Kraft, Lindelof talking, the manager talking. And I don't think there's any change. We're just seeing Lustig. I saw Lustig and thingy there, but obviously they got subbed off. If we look at the the Ukrainian side, I think there's two huge substitutions guaranteed there, and that's Malos and Tsygankov. Now, Tsygankov, I know he's coming back from an injury, but Malos, we saw the impact that he made in the game against, was it North Macedonia? The one where he basically came on right at the start of the game due to an injury. You see Shevchenko, we know, still at a young age of 24, he's such a loud, charismatic, vocal leader in this side. As obviously all these players will get stressed, not tested. And also Viktor Tsygankov, the Kiev winger, so talented. Kieran has him as his one to watch, and he hasn't played much this tournament. Is this a time for Viktor Tsygankov to step up? As all the players have finished the team talks, and they're out at Sweden are now going to get in a circle. And it's a big moment for Anderson. Janne Anderson, the coach. Obviously Swedish born, and where's he managed? He's literally managed Sweden. IFK Norrköping, but obviously left there in 2016 to become the Swedish manager. Was at Halmstad for a bit. Not major experience, but yeah, he took him to the World Cup, first time in 12 years, by eliminating Netherlands and Italy during the qualification process. Won Group F, and then eliminated Switzerland second round before obviously losing to us. The Nations League finished first in the Group B. They got to League B, and they got to League A, and obviously right now finished second in their group. Could be onto a round of 16 as it stands. Fourth extravaganza. Fourth? What else is going to extra? Oh yeah, Croatia, Spain, and Italy, Austria. And we are seeing one of them subs come on. And so Juranchik actually came onto the pitch, but he is going to come off. The Genk striker not done much, and Artem Bezadin will come on for him. So still no Tsygankov or Malos. So Bezadin currently plays for Dynamo Kiev. You will expect a lot of these players too. But the second half is underway. The first half of extra time. It's been a long evening. I forgot about Italy and Croatia, Spain. God. The fourth game that's gone to extra time. It's half, isn't it? Half of the games. So Ukraine opting to go fresh legs up front, whereas the Swedish manager really did make him at the fullbacks quite late on as well. So at least then fullbacks are not going to be massively tired, unlike Malinovsky, who came on relatively earlier. But it would mean Sweden have 3 subs. Same with Ukraine. And it'll be to see if when Marcus Berg or Robin Quaison get introduced into this game. I mean, the commentary just talked about how they've been disappointed with Isaac, and I can agree to an extent, but he still played well. Even though he hasn't scored in this tournament, he's been so dangerous, creating them runs inside. His fancy footwork creates so much danger for teams, and he's one of them. We'll just have a drink, and I'll probably go use the bathroom at half time, possibly, as I've had a lot to drink throughout this stream. We'll wait and see. Is Matvienko driving down the midfield. We'll switch it across to the right hand side. Yarmolenko will control. And now time to go forward for Ukraine because it's crunch time. Yarmolenko turns well. And he's just got no options to Sidorchuk. And they just go back, Ukraine do, which is such a shame. I think we've lost connection. The camera? No, it's okay. Yarmolenko is absolutely shattered today, bless him. I think we may expect to see... Oops, I've accidentally skipped back to Zinchenko's goal. That was obviously not meant. We are at Buschan's hands though. And we should be okay, synced up. Well, not synced up, but Malinovsky has a good run on the right, and it's not used. Instead, goes to the left to Zinchenko. Back to Malinovsky. There's a man open in the middle if he's used. It's not. It's Malinovsky just going to drive here. We'll go back to this left-hand side. Stepanenko played the ball to him, and now can they create anything? It's with back to Malinovsky. Tries to switch it across, and he will to Zinchenko. Still Zinchenko. Not as confident on his right foot. Makarenko is obviously coming on, getting warmed up to come on. Plays for KV Kortrijk in the Dutch league, in the Eredivisie, I think. No, in the Belgian league, sorry. So he will come on. So no Victor Shevchenko or Marlos Perez. I can see this maybe go to Pens. Both teams may not be. Yeah, you haven't really seen. I mean, Ukraine trying a little. If Bezadin can keep that in, but he couldn't. Yes, I think there will be a change. Stepanenko will come off though. I think a decent game from Stepanenko. He's done okay. Makarenko will come on. So it's another Enko. With Mac coming on. And in fairness, these Ukraine players and Swedish players do look shattered. Because I think in that opening half, both teams was going for it, and I think it's the reason we saw 2 goals. Yet, unfortunately, I think the second half is just a little bit more. You see Shevchenko hugging his player there. But 10 minutes left of this first half of extra time, and I think Ukraine have looked like the better side within this opening 5 minutes. But like you said, Carl, I think this game does scream penalties. And when we get to penalties, I will mute the chat just as a precaution. Olsen came out to collect it, and Lindelof kicked it away. And Emil Kraft, some good pace here from the Newcastle fullback, does get dispossessed. Olsen will get it. And in fairness, 2 midfielders, Olsen and Ekdal, will put in an absolute shift today as well for Sweden. I think the entire team has. Same with Ukraine even. Because them centre-backs sit so deep for Ukraine that Sweden have to really take the game to them. And then when counter-attacking, Ukraine haven't got men up, but to get back into the shape, it's took a lot out of them. Kraft to Larson. Kraft tries to play it back, it stayed in the pitch. Poor ball by Emil Kraft into the midfield. Now it's a substitute, Makalenko, sorry. There's so many Enkos. And we're going to see 3 subs for Sweden. It's all the substitutions as well. And Larsson's not happy. And we should see all 3 final substitutions, if I'm right, being used. Yeah, because we had Bengtsson and Kraft. And we're going to see Robin Kaison, Marcus Berg, and I didn't see the other one. So Victor Claesson. It is. Victor Claesson will come on. First substitute is Robin Kaison. For Deljan Kulusevski. So he's taking off the striker. So Kulusevski will come off. Kaison will come on. I think Alexander Isaac will come off. Marcus Berg will come on for him. Obviously, Marcus Berg, oh God, enjoying his football over in Russia with SC Krasnodar. We're going to see another Krasnodar player come on, as obviously Isaac will come off for Berg. With Victor Claesson will come on, and I presume for Sebastian Larsson, the veteran of this team, it probably is his last one, yeah. 36 years old. Sebastian Larsson played nearly all the games in the Euros and the qualifiers. Has played the Euro class, played nearly all the games for the World Cup qualifiers, and played played in all the games in this Euros. 36 years old. It'll be his final tournament. As Danielson has just left a late foul there. And we'll get a yellow card on Bezadin. But Sweden using all the substitutes, using all the moves that they've got in the locker. Oh. That might be VAR check, because that doesn't look like the comfiest of tackles. And it is going to be checked. It's going to be checked by VAR here. And the crowd have seen it. Danielson not happy. We're going to see a replay of it here. Oh! Oh! And he's going to go to the monitor. This could be a red card. And this is where we're going to see Sweden really batten down the actions, because they've just used all their substitutes on forwards. Oh, that is high. He's kicked the ball, but then on the follow through, and the refs only took one look at it. And I think this is going to be a red card. Yep. He's going into his pocket, and it's a red card for Danielson. He's not happy. And obviously, if Sweden go through, they will miss the game, which would mean I don't know who would start at centre-back for him. But, well, they've actually got okay depth with Philip Helander, obviously who plays for Rangers. They've got Pontus Jansson, who plays for Brentford. Who else is there? I'm just looking. Okay, they have got depth in centre-back, actually. Gustav Svensson, I think, is he? Or does he play? Where does Svensson play? Oh, he's a midfielder. As there is, and it's Bezidin's come on, and he's going to have to come off straight away. As Danielson does come off, and so Bezidin will come off. So I presume, I don't know who's going to come on for Ukraine. I think they're analysing it. And I'm just trying to see who is warming up. I can't see a Malos or a Shevchenko. As Bezidin has to come off. But now, Sweden down to 10 men. And by the way, it's so lucky, because if you've seen the thing, you know that I've got a red card. It's just happened that I've never had to move the red card. It just seems to be all the games that I've covered so far. Oh, it said they get a sub in extra time, don't they? We're all good. Well, we're not all good, because it's going to be a centre-back, and it's going to be Helander who will be that sub. KL, it's happening, I think. Victor Shevchenko is going to come on. And you see that from Bezidin. And number 20 will come off, and it's going to be Olsen. And you know what? It's a bit unfortunate, because if this goes to penalties, it's a midfielder coming off for a centre-back. And it's going to be Christopher Olsen who will come off, and Philip Helander come on. Really good centre-back Helander is. Don't get me wrong, very talented. It's a big game for him now. And I wonder what formation. I'm guessing they're going to go 4-3-2. Helander, a mix of boos and cheers. Boos and cheers, sorry. But yes, there we go. Man wants to watch Awful Challenge, by the way. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. 100% that's a definite red card. But the ones to watch is on. KL has had him as his ones to watch. He hasn't played really much football at all in this tournament. He is on. Can he make all the difference? He'll have 4 minutes in this first half, as Bezidin is still down, obviously, getting treatment on that outside of the pitch, which is not nice to see. It just wasn't the best challenges by Danielson, and I think after reviewing it, I think he knows that. So if Sweden do progress, and now it's Karyavev on this right hand side, trying to create something for Ukraine. Pinged across to the left to Shevchenko. Malinovsky's on the inside if they need. Instead goes to Victor Shevchenko. What a big moment for him. Missed the majority of the tournament through injury. Came in, I think, on the final group stage game. Only played like 5 minutes barely. I don't, maybe not 5 minutes, but he definitely played minimal games. But Danielson is obviously off the pitch. Sweden down to 10 men. Obviously, Ukraine forced to make a double change because obviously they brought Bezidin in. He's back up on his feet, which is nice to see. And at least Sweden have got a little bit of depth at centre-back, obviously, with Helander and Jansson. Two talented centre-backs who could easily come in for Danielson. I love the way Sweden's second name works as well. In terms of, you are the son of Daniel, so you are called Daniel's son. I like it. Don't know how it works for like females. Ethan, how long did it take to come up with it? As Counter said, Ukraine must take advantage. And Ethan, on his email, just said, I heard that the Swedish team don't arrive by coach, but instead of having a flat back box, then the manager and others spend their prep time building them up. How long did it take to think of that? Just because of IK, Yarmolenko, to Zinchenko, to Sigankov. Still Sigankov. Puts it across to the back post. Karyavev keeps it in, and it just goes out of play. And it's so close there from the right back, who's had a decent game so far. He's had an okay game. A good 10 minutes. Tell you what, Ethan, that's good for you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, mate. As Bezudin is still limping off. He's got a massive ice pack on his leg there. Surprised he's not to be stretchered off, you know. But yeah, it's Ukraine have got to capitalise, and we've seen it. We've already seen it, already going forward, because they know, as Sweden are chanting now, their sort of version of the Icelandic clap. Malinovsky now. Oh, of course. He was at least he can sort of limp on his leg as well. He's still walking off though. Zinchenko. Oof. And that's Emil Kraft. It's put him to the ground. And I think he's just very winded right now, Emil Kraft. Whoa. Oof. Zinchenko hits that with power and it's rattled Emil Kraft in the head. And I think he's okay. He was talking. But it was hit with so much force. I mean, the commentators just said it about concussion sub-protocols. Obviously, because obviously Kraft is down, but like obviously this team, Sweden could be down to 9 men, as they've just waved to the first aid that they don't need a stretcher. And Buzyadin, he said no. I genuinely think, as Kraft will get up to his feet, I think Buzyadin is going to go sit in the stands, unless they obviously take him down the tunnel because he's able to limp on one leg. Also, it does mean the Swedish players will be more tired going into that game against England, and I think that is going to be a bonus. As Love Island is going on at the same time, but why would you watch Love Island when you can watch this? There's a big red card for Danielson. Could have changed this game, turned this game, sorry, on his head. And Bezudin, he's been talked to by Shevchenko. And obviously Kraft is out. Corner will be whipped in. Cleared away for another corner. And I think they've allowed Kraft to come back on. Venice, I think Kraft was just stunned. As Malinovsky to Zinchenko. Matvienko. Cross comes in, headed away. But I think that was Helander. Sabani plays it through to Sidorchuk. To Sigankov. I can't get my words out. And I think that's Kaison who's gone down. No, it's not Kaison, sorry. It was Marcus Berg who had gone down injured there. 3 minutes of added time here in extra time. 1 minute left. And are we going to the... Well, we're obviously going to go to the second half. But we're going there with a goal, or we're going in at 1-1. And for Sweden, it is a holding game. At least Kraft's back on the pitch, so he's 11 v 10. Yeah. Lindelof now. He's going to go forward. We'll try a ball over the top to Kaison. Headed away. Zinchenko tried to clear it. Comes off Makarenko there. And it's going to be a long throw from Emil Kraft. The man who is down probably caused this extra time. And you see Helander. And this will be the last chance of this half. Long throw in. Headed by Maki. Oh! Makarenko has it. And it falls to Emil Forsberg. And he just blazes it over the crossbars. There's another player down for Ukraine this time. Who's that gone down? Is that number 4? Christoph has gone down here. As you saw Forsberg limping. As Christoph is down, injured. Clutching his ankle. And in fairness, both teams have been through the absolute ringer today. They really have. But we should be getting a second half very soon. I'm trying to see. I don't even. What's happened there? It's an awkward landing. He's limping. And he's going to come back to his feet anyway. Christoph. Joachim Low, though. I just realised it was his final tournament, innit? Euro 2008 runners-up. 2014 World Cup. 2017 they won the FIFA Confederations Cup. Which is what? What's that? And the tournament ends. As another player's gone down after the referee, I'm just ending this half. Yarmolenko's gone down clutching his ankle. And he's going to get booed from the fans. And Christoph is back on the pitch, which is nice. I'm just trying to listen. What do you think, Rowan? Are England looking at either Sweden or Ukraine? I think they'll look for the taken. Don't get me wrong. I think it's if England, because they haven't gone to extra time unlike this team. I think England, what they can do is do what they did against Germany and take the time. I think England could take the time in this game and not really have to go for it fully, just because these players are going to be so shattered. They're going to be so tired, but we've got 15 minutes left. It is not over yet, and KL's one to watch, Viktor Segankov, is on the pitch after what felt like a multitude of substitutions, pauses, breaks. It doesn't matter, because we're here. And that's all that matters. We're in extra time. We see all the players getting massaged, getting ready for this next half. As I think Yarmolenko will be coming off here because he's took off his captain's armband. I would presume he go to Shevchenko as the referee's getting back out. It's only a 2-minute, 3-minute break before they back out onto the pitch. And it will be Zinchenko that does get the captain's armband. So, I wonder, Marlos doesn't look like he's coming on. As I'm trying to read Shevchenko's lips. I know he's talking in Ukraine, but I was trying to see for a player who was coming on, but nothing was. Do you think it was a red card? Yes, I do. But it's one of them ones because eyes on the ball, and he's cleared the ball. I don't know what they want him to do in terms of moving his leg away quick enough. Do you know what I mean? In terms of, Danielson's not going to be able to move his way after making a challenge. But then you don't go stood show him, do you? But then how do you get... It's one of them ones. It really is. Ooh, you know what? I can't... I know which challenge you're on about, but I will watch it. Balbuena, red card. Here you go. Good job. Here we go. I've got to watch an advert. Should we play advert game? I know you can't see it, but it's go outdoors. I think it's a yes and no because Here we go. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's very similar to Balbuena's. I remember when it happened. I don't know. I really don't know, because it's one of them decisions where you look at it and go, right, he's not he's not gone for the tackle. He's gone to clear the ball. Obviously, don't get me wrong, replays a slow motion thing, but it studs to the leg. And I think, as Kyle said, that could have been a leg break. Any lower, and that's a leg break. And it's very interesting, but we have got 15 minutes left, and Ukraine did make a change. It was the captain, Yarmolenko, coming off, and it was Dovbyek who did come on, the Dnipro striker. He has come on here in this big game, as that's a foul there on Ekdal. This challenge is being thrown around right now. The pitch looks absolutely gritted right now. Players trying to clear the ball, and Ukraine player. Yeah. I think that could be one that Sweden could protest and go, right, we can see why it's a red card, don't get us wrong. But he's got eyes on the ball. He's cleared the ball. And then Ukraine players ran into him while the clearance is happening. I feel like the referee hasn't made a bad decision there. It's not like ones where you've seen him give red cards for nothing. It was the same with the Balbuena one. I feel like I can understand why they chose to give it there and then. And after you probably can do like a proper length of review with a board, basically. As Kaison's going to give away a foul. Just gives a foul on Zabanyi. And you know the players are absolutely shattered in that Ukraine defence, in that back five, but the back three, really. See Zabanyi there. Ball over the top. We'll find Zinchenko. Still Zinchenko. And just passing it around the back, Makalenko. He's got Karaviv on the right. It goes back to Makalenko. To Alexander Zinchenko, one of the best players on the pitch tonight. Scored the goal. The equaliser. After an Emil Forsberg lovely goal. Took a bit of a deflection, but it was still a lovely finish by Forsberg. Ball tried to be played through. To the substitute, Dovbyek. Doesn't happen. Kaison wins his header. Flicked on. Back to Robin Kaison on the wing. He's dispossessed by Karyavev. There's so many players that have been involved in dirty, big challenges in this game. That time it was the substitute, Makarenko. So I remember the Dovbyek. Dovbyek is the other substitution. Ball over the top. It's a good ball. Helander's not cleared it, but Sigankov has slipped. Helander didn't clear it. He slipped. Helander just didn't clear with it. It was an awful thing. But Sigankov, who was the closest player to him, slipped. And if that does sum up this game, I don't know what does. As I will actually just turn the light on right now, because I didn't realise how dark it got. I mean, the light's not going to affect it much, but it gives a bit of hope. We'll give a bit of light into this. Obviously, Helander will know this area quite well. Will know Glasgow very well. As I think, is the light alright? Light help? Oh, the light definitely helps. You got a full body shot of me. You saw my sexy body and all this. Shut up. We've got a game to do. Obviously, there's 10 minutes left in this game. If not, we will go to penalties. Sigankov to Makarenko to Zinchenko. Back to Zinchenko. And they're just passing it around here right now. Ukraine tried to make a driving run down here. Got Karyev on his right. Malinovsky. Sidorchuk to Makolenko. They're going to try switch it across the left. Goes down the middle to Milan. Oh, it's a lovely turn. It's into the box. The flag has stayed down. Oh, he's missed it. And it was a substitute, Dovbyk, and the flag goes up late. But it was Malinovsky, does really well, finds the ball through to Dovbyk. And he is fraction offside. But he's absolutely skied it over. I mean, Ukraine would have claimed for a penalty there. But Dovbyk absolutely skies it over. Not playing at the highest level of football, Dovbyk. Obviously, Dnipro Pro 1, who play in, obviously, the, I don't even what league, the Ukraine Premier League. It is funny though, because the commentators just have to say the news will be on after this game. So obviously they have to delay everything. As we are in the 100, and I don't even know what minute this is. It's the 120th maybe? No, 90th, I can't do it. 112th. And you see, here the Swedish fans trying to cheer on the team. Seeing Emil Kraft went down earlier due to head injury, but he's okay to compete. And we'll take the throw in. Gets it in the corner. Shevchenko steals it away. Lovely. But Zinchenko's dispossessed. He wins it back. The help from Malinovsky. Makarenko pings it through to Dobbev. Takes a good touch. And now Dovbyk does really well up against Lindelof. Lays it into the midfield to Shevchenko. Dovbyk. The switcher does well there. Talk about red cards. How many of us been sent off and what was it for? I have once for 2 bookings first. Sidorchuk, back heel by Sidorchuk. And Karyev has gone down injured in the box. 2 players are down here. And it's all Ekdal. Try to play it on the wing. Try to find Kaison. And it goes out for a throw in. And who went down? It was, is that Marcus Berg who was doing his defensive duties? I think he's gone right to the first bit. It was Karyev, a lovely back heel by Sidorchuk. And Berg with a late challenge. Oh, and then a big Kinshasa, a big knee to Berg. And what's comes to foul and complain to a ref and second for taking his top. I never played Sunday League football. I played football for school. But they don't give red cards at school football. So. And I was in net. I was the fat goalie. No, so I never played football. I remember KL's got a right red card story, I think. He's either got a red card story or he's got a story about being subbed off after scoring a first half hat trick. I think it was. It's a great KL story. I've heard so much. And ask him when he's next on, like, it was either a red card or he got subbed off. It was a great story. He just said he was a prick. No, the way he explained it, he was like he was just the biggest prick of a footballer. Because he did gymnastics, he could do like flips and stuff. I remember him saying. Ask KL though when he does his Switzerland Watchalong. Ask him if he ever got sent, because he played like proper football, like Sunday League, etc. I don't know why. I did rugby. I played rugby when I was 13 to 14. I played for like a year. But the club wasn't good, but we trained, which was fine, for like a good 2 months under a coach. He then left. Then we had 1 game we played. Then I see the substitute went off. Buskin, who is back to the pitch, Marcus Berg, he's walking. He'll come back on. I'm just trying to think, and then our coach left. So we got another one. We played like 3 games and then that was it. I don't think we ever played any league games, which was a shame. I think just through our age category, we just couldn't get enough people to play for us. And then everyone basically was just moving on to new teams and I stopped playing. And also it was league. I didn't have a big love for rugby league. If you put me on rugby uni, I think I would have loved it a lot more. Zinchenko. Sidorchuk to Viktor Shevchenko on this right hand side. Can he create something? He's got carry of everything he needs. Still Shevchenko. Malinovsky. It's not the best control. Berg possibly fouling him. And Kai-Son gives away the foul. And it's an opportunity for Ukraine to try to finish off this game late on. 5 minutes left in this game. Could we see late drama? Or, and we go to penalties. Because we know we love penalties right now in this tournament after the great Mbappe miss yesterday. It's not over there. Dovbek. There's Zabani in the box. It's going to be Malinovsky who's going to cross it in. He's already said it. Malinovsky now. He's drilled it in. It's took a deflection. Zinchenko crosses it in. It's blocked. Forsberg clears. And he'll go for a throw-in. And Ukraine have got the momentum. They've got the fire. Makelenko. It's going to switch all across. Kostyev to Zabenyi. Back to Karyavev now. Sigankov in the middle. Kai-Son hunting him down. Not get anywhere to breathe. Coming forward now, Ukraine. And well blocked there, but I think that was Emil Kraft doing his defensive work. It's all the Swedish players doing in the shift. Ball into Dobyev. Oh, and Malinovsky goes for the shot outside the box. And it just goes past Robin Olsen's post. I haven't been sent off, believe it or not. Jendrikis, don't believe it. I feel like you would have said something to the referee or something. I think what else I played? No. Played football for school. Wasn't good. It was one of the things like, he comes to training, we'll let him play. As Ukraine are going to make their final change. And Sidorchuk will come off the midfielder. And Roman Bezus will come on the Ghent attacking midfielder. So a bit more attacking minded. Obviously, probably thinking about penalties right now. And that's all the subs from right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 used there. 6 used for Sweden. All the subs have been used. All the cards have been played. Header through. Kai-Son could be in behind here. Cleared away. Forsberg can't get the retaliation. Forsberg, lovely turn. Boy, it would have been a good ball through to Kai-Son. Of course, you've had yellow cards. Bet you take your top off, Chris, after scoring a screamer. Sigankov, he's played it through. Oh, it was a good ball in behind by Sigankov. Oh, he nearly got to it. Karyavev just couldn't control it. As we are nearing the end of the second half of extra time. And tell you what, Sweden, we said they had to sit back with that man down. You don't celebrate goals. Lies. The only place goes off the pitch next to beer. Bev tried to create something. Kai-Son, unless it's his team I support. Zinchenko. Cross comes in. There's another injury here. Bengtsson. And I think it's a substitute. Bezus that came on. He's rolling around. I think he's fine, if we're being honest. If we're being realistic, he's fine. If Zigankov's not really giving him anything. Big shot in the back from a Helander, and he's one player you don't want going into the back of you, don't get me wrong. Shevchenko is just reading. He's not reading, he's watching. So Bezus come on. Gone down clutching his shoulder. I don't know whether he is properly injured. I think he was milking, trying to win a penalty. Don't get me. I think so. Obviously, if he is injured, don't get me wrong. Olsen. He's just going to pick the ball up right now. And I think this game's got, surely, it's going to... I was playing for a team against their biggest rival to celebrate in front of the players. Big shithouse, Chris. 3 minutes of added time. Is that going to be enough? Forsberg. Poor touch, and if anything, he's put an absolute shift in today for Sweden. But Ukraine have got the power, got the momentum with them. Victor Shevchenko. And I think it was Karyavev who was putting a major shift there. Could be contender for man of the match along with Forsberg and Yarmolenko. Malinovsky laid it off to Zinchenko now. Puts a cross in! Oh, and they've done it! And it's the substitute. Oh my god. Dovbyk. What a header. The Dnipro man has just put it in the back of the net. Oh, what a late goal. What a header. What a cross. And Sweden hopes we're not getting penalties. We're getting a goal. And it's come for Ukraine. Oh, and that came out of really nowhere. He was left unmarked. It was Shevchenko put that cross in. It was a really good... Oh, he's going to be close. But he's headed it. It's a really smart header by Dovbyk, the substitute. In stoppage time, we were about to go to penalties. Stoppage time, in extra time. I think he's onside. What a sensational late goal. And it looks like it's being checked. It's being checked for offside, but I think he is on. I think Jovbev is onside. It's been given. Check is over. The goal stands. And Jovbev, the Dnipro man, he showed so much energy in this game to create something, just getting involved in the match. His first game for Ukraine in this tournament, his first goal. And Sweden now have 40 seconds to take something, to get something from this. And Sweden are going to do it. They're going to go long ball. Lindelof lays it off. It's just going to be pinged up top. Away it goes. Jovbev keeps it in. Lindelof has got to ping this up. He's got to send this far. He will. 10 seconds left. Flicks on. And there's going to be a free kick. Helander there. And Ukraine. It was close. Lindelof playing him onside the Manchester United centre back. What a cross from Zinchenko. You see Shevchenko and the Swedish manager have a war of words. Claims of diving. He definitely made a meal of it. We know he did. We had 20 seconds over the added time. Ukraine kick it long. Jovbev to Malinovsky. Malinovsky's played it to Victor Shevchenko on the wing. They may get another one here. Malinovsky. Ekdal. Big challenge there from the substitute. And Olsen's just going to have to go long here, or so is Lindelof. In Sweden, the whistle's not going yet. Sweden may get one more chance. Flicked on, it's on the wing with Marcus Berg. Flicked it into the midfield. Cleared away by Ukraine. It'll be a throw-in for them. Shevchenko is sweating. Can Ukraine do it? Surely it's over. And the whistle is blown. And Ukraine are through in what is late night drama. Absolutely incredible. 121st minute in added time. Jovbev, the substitute, the Dnipro striker, came on, he caused so many problems for Sweden, and Danielsson, with that red card, maybe was the key to all of this. The problems for Sweden. But it doesn't matter. Ukraine go forward, maybe undeservedly. Who cares? I feel like that game was so back and forth. Both teams could have looked like they could have won it. Oh, God. Shevchenko opened up the scoring with a lovely goal, lovely volley. It was a nice team goal, and Shevchenko volleyed it into the back of the net. Then, just before they even have Emil Forsberg has a shot outside the box, takes a bit of a deflection. Then Artem Dovbyk, the striker, came onto the pitch after the red card for Marcus Danielsson in the 99th minute. Set the game completely different. In fairness, we're forgetting Ukraine had to sub off that player who got injured. They brought on Besedin. Besedin had to come off. You could have thought that could have left him, but they brought on another player, and it worked. The player they brought on, Artem Dovbyk, and I break often if I'm right, Dovbyk came on for Besedin, and that could be one of the best changes in Andrei Shevchenko's managerial career. What a game! What an absolute ending! That's that well earned to Ukraine. What a way to win the match! It wasn't the greatest game, but well done, Ukraine. I didn't give them hope. Worthy winners, and they go on. Emil Forsberg. He can't get top goal scorer. It all hopes on Patrick Schick or even Raheem Sterling if he has a good group stage performance against Ukraine. Now, before I end, don't forget to check out don't forget to like, subscribe, turn the notification bell. What a game what an ending, I think, is the more important thing. Absolutely incredible ending. Twitter is at @the_top corner. The website is the sports-corner.com, and the Instagram is the _sports corner. Thank God. The games that are coming up now on the channel, I can't tell you who it's going to be, to be confirmed, more or less all of them. Switzerland, Spain, that will be at 5 o'clock on Friday, 2nd July, that will be with KL. Belgium versus Italy at 8 o'clock on Friday, that will be with someone. Czech Republic, Denmark, that will be with me at 5 o'clock on Saturday, 3rd of July. And it's just been confirmed, Ukraine will take on England in the quarterfinal of the Euros. What a surprising quarterfinals we could have. If Ukraine beat England, Belgium beat Italy, or vice versa, and Switzerland can do an incredible run through that side of the group, we could be in for a right final. We really could. Calm down. Thank you to everyone who joined me from the England-Germany watch-along. I got a good 10-minute break. No, with 10 minutes, a good hour break. Then to the Ukraine-Sweden. We got to extra time. We thought we were in for penalties. I haven't done a watch-along with penalties ever yet. And I have to wait. I do have to wait. But what a game. Thank you so much for watching. Well, I'll see you on Friday. No, I won't see you on Friday. I'll see you on Saturday. Kieran will see you on Friday. Thank you very much for watching.